course, Ranger's joining us right now. Wolf is taking a leak and grabbing another beer, so he's got to take another leak. I've got some twin hotties behind me. Might be the same babe. I don't know, whatever. Really big news. Roundtable on Twitch this time around, so we are going to try to keep her kind of clean. Do our best anyway, but we're going to post this over on YouTube. So, hello, Battalion. Hello, Ranger. Hello, Ram. Hello, Pissy Wolf. I mean, Wolf. Hey. He's back. He's back.
Hey.
Hello, Ricky Pa.
I heard that. I heard what you said.
I had a replacement for Wolf, by the way, in case.
Nice. Well played. Yes.
Oh, all right. I'm turning my camera off again. Screw that. We're good.
Like Wolf just got Hans Briggs. Oh, Hans Briggs. Yeah, just turn on, buddy.
Oh, man.
Oh, I forgot something important. Hang on. I forgot something important. There we go. We need the front screen. My bad. Italian Roundtable in the house, but it's on Twitch today, getting that stuff in here. 19 viewers starting out. What's going on, guys? Huge.
It's a good question. I don't even know.
Huge news.
Never heard of him.
The biggest news.
Wolfman, Evo, yeah. Ricky Pa in here, PK himself, DV, Ranger.
Biggest news.
Who else is out there? Declare yourselves. Samsung, Undying Fire. What's up?
I will finally have a somewhat working computer. That's clearly.
Yeah, when's that happening?
Clearly, what we're all here to talk about.
Yeah,
yes, that's clearly the biggest thing on everyone's mind right now. Also,
where are we at with that?
Changes, but whatever. Should have a graphics card tomorrow. I just gotta get a case, PSU, and I'm good to go.
Nice.
Should be the building it this weekend, I'm thinking.
You'll have a working computer before Mort gets a working audio.
Yes, we'll finally have a professional streamer in our crew.
How you doing, Ranger?
I'm doing good, man. Busy couple days.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
You're making the rounds.
Sorry I couldn't join you the other day. My wife was lighting me up, so I couldn't get away. I probably earned it, though.
All right. So before we get started, I would like to mention, obviously, we are trying something new with the questions. So if you guys would like to have questions answered, type in question. Same thing like what you would see on other streams. Type in question, and we will get to it shortly because I know there's going to be a lot.
AKA RSG.
Because nobody understands half of this post.
Great Star Killer GAC Master Race. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for the 1 year sub, man. Appreciate it.
I have a whole sum up I can send you, Ranger, but you probably don't need the whole sum up. But I wrote a damn detailed summary.
Okay.
Just a reminder, guys, our alerts will not be playing because we're recording this for YouTube, and I don't want to get hit with all the copyright strikes and all that stuff. As you guys know, the only copywriting.
They'll find one anyway there, Mort.
Oh, they will. They probably will.
Yeah, it's YouTube. I get one. Just got one for last November 19th. Just got it now. Hey, another copyright. Hey,
hit me for this, hit me for that. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I've even got Spotify Epidemic Rock or whatever the hell it is playing, but I'm sure I'll get hit for that for a commercial or something. Who knows? So I didn't pay for it.
AP Gaines copyrighted. He got copyrighted for a basketball game.
Oh, it's baseball. He keeps getting hit for baseball.
But this one was basketball. The NBA was copywriting him while he was playing like a Star Wars trivia match or whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so we're gonna let Wolf's gonna conduct the flow here. I'm gonna be very, very vocal outside. Usually with roundtables, I'm usually the quieter one, but today I'm gonna have a lot to say because a lot of negativity out there over what's going on with the GAC changes, and I'm super positive and super happy about what's happening. It's gonna hurt my streak 100%, but I'm very excited about the competition. And I guess in the end, that's all that matters. So, Wolf, fire us up, big boy.
So, I guess we'll just start off in case, you've been, stuck under a rock, haven't had Wi-Fi, haven't been able to log in, just been completely out of it for the last 24 hours. There's a few changes coming. Grand Arena overall coming. Yeah. Going to be a little bit different than we've seen in past times. The overall format of GAC is still going to be the same: 4 weeks on, 1 week off. You get your attack round, your defense round, all that stuff is going to be pretty much the same. But there's some structural changes, some matchmaking changes, scoring changes, reward changes. Crystals are being moved from Squad Arena to Grand Arena, just a whole lot of things. And just, I guess the one thing that we want to start off with just talking about is, why are these changes happening and why are these changes necessary? And I guess, what's really the deal? And Mort?
Sir?
What?
I'll pick it up.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
Just
I was dealing with chat. They're starting to hype train the crazy stuff.
That's what I was saying. If we had hype train real quick. Go on talking.
Off my rocker right there.
There's no hype trains on YouTube, so I'm like, what do I do? Oh,
I'm not used to this. Where do we go with this right now? This isn't normal. Sorry, a real quick part of that question. I was reading part of your agenda as well at the same time. Joe coming in with the 5 strong. Thank you, big dog.
This is gonna go well.
This is gonna go well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Excellent.
Coming in with the 5 subs. Go ahead.
Anyway, as
you, Joe.
you were saying, why are we there today? Why are we here? Why are GAC and Squad Arena changing? And I think there's a couple of answers.
Oh, I missed my cue, didn't I? Yep.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
GAC, I think, is one of the most it's not across everybody, but it's one of the most enjoyable game mode in the game, right? It's been for a while. I think people enjoy GAC a lot. For streamers like us, right, that's what we like to stream as well, because that's what the viewers like to see. So it's definitely an interesting game mode. But I think that one thing has been lacking since day one is rewards for that type of game mode. And so I think this is number one that they're addressing by making these changes now. For Squad Arena, that's one of the reasons. Maybe not all of the reasons, but one of them. And for Squad Arena, one of the changes, I think, is, with all the shard chats, right? I think what they wanted to do is give an opportunity to everybody to be able to perform in some way and not freeze the rewards only to those that were in the shard chat that could plan or schedule who would get the max reward. So that's two of the points that I think that they took into consideration to make those changes. You guys see others? I'm sure you do.
Oh, I mean, those are definitely two of the big ones over there. Like you're saying with the shard chats and everything. I mean, I'm in my shard chat. So I'm in one of those, whatever, and we have a generally pretty chill sort of thing. It's not really all that regimented. It's not like some of the nightmare horror stories that you hear about. But even being in the shard chat, I got JMK sitting there very well modded, and I still get knocked back to 60 every day, even if I climb to first.
So much work
for me. It's climbing is a chore. Climbing to first every day, it takes refreshes, it takes everything. It's a very rare occasion for me to actually get 500 crystals, actually finish in first, with any sort of consistency, just because, you get knocked back so far. But I definitely hear what you're saying with the shard mafias and all that sort of stuff where, some people will never see first place in arena. It just won't be ever feasible for them.
You're looking at
definitely a change that'll benefit sort of them. And I guess Mort can take it away over there, because Mort and I are actually in the same Squad Arena. We're in the same Squad Arena shard.
And I've never been within I think 100 of you. So I've never climbed in there.
Never been within striking distance.
Yep. So for me, this change to Squad Arena doesn't bother me at all. It's not affecting Fleet Arena, which is huge. I didn't realize that at first. I didn't even think about that. That was a huge plus. But for me, like, I missed my cue early when you guys were talking about it, when the hype train started. And when it comes down to it, I've been saying this for a long time. Probably, I would say 2 to 3 months. Please give us better freaking rewards, man. I need better freaking rewards for GAC, because we are free marketing. Ranger knows this. All of us know this. We're all streamers. We're all content creators in some aspect. Why not highlight GAC and give us better rewards? They really blew my mind by moving the full crystal flow, well, I guess half of it, to GAC, but I'm okay with that as well. So this is a huge change. And I think the one thing I really wanted to bring up was I started thinking about last night. When you talk about a time constraint, you said you got to climb from 60 to 1, Wolf, which means you've got to refresh.
It's impossible, man.
How many times are you got to climb within 2 hours? You got a 2 hour window to climb. So that is a lot of work.
My payout is at 7 o'clock right now, so that's 2 hours after I get out of work. So I got 2 hours to within that sort of time frame to climb. Realistically, an hour 15 maybe after my drive home.
And
if I'm that high, it's going to be a good amount of crystals to refresh to actually get up there.
So that's 2 hours every day, 14 hours a week, right? So this is the point I wanted to get to, though. So if we're only doing GAC, you figure even if you're like me and you spend 2 hours setting up your defense, let's say 3 hours a week setting up your defense, and then you spend another, we can't count Wolf on this one, but you spend another hour. My 3 accounts, 2 hours 3 times. That's 6 hours. Time plus the 3 for defense. That's 9 hours versus 14 in climbing. So for some of us, like myself, it may actually save me time because I don't have, for me, it's not going to matter because I don't do the squad arena. But if you do squad arena and you're climbing, I think you actually get some of your time back. I really do. I think it's a huge bonus to be able to actually do GAC. Ranger's nodding his head. Yeah. What do you think, Ranger?
Well, I have quite a lot to say about this. So here's the thing about, those that don't know, I'm Ranger. I like long walks on the beach. I can't. No, I'm kidding. When did Ram Bam's mom?
Keep it in your pants, Ram Bam.
But no, so several things of why I think this has changed, and one of the things that we looked at as testers when we were looking at this is why this was being implemented. What did CG want to accomplish with this, and things of that nature. And there's going to be a Q&A on this, and they'll be able to give their answers specifically on December 2nd. I encourage you guys to go check that out. So if you look at it, Squad Arena is kind of a dead, right? And I'm one of those players that gets 500, 400, in both arenas, right? So this is a change for me, but you think about it, it only lets you focus on that one team, that one meta team. And then it's boring because you do the same fight over and over again. And you have to do the climb because you will drop. I usually drop between 15 and 20 with my team, but it's
a great point, doing the same thing every day.
It's the same fight over and over again. It only allows a certain number of players out of a huge swath to actually get higher rewards. Most people get the lower end rewards, 20 or below. They get the lesser rewards in arena. The vast majority of players are not getting that much out of arena. They just can't. Either they don't have the time to make the climb, they don't have the team. Usually it's the most welliest of wells to do it. There are some free to play that get it, but it's still one of those things. What's the problem with that? Well, if you go over and you look at GAC, which is the premier kind of game mode in this, what is Star Wars Galaxy Heroes all about? It's about all these squads. They keep asking you to spend all this money for all these characters, and you use them in GAC, but the rewards suck too. So why not combine the best of both worlds here, where you get rewarded for you going after all these characters and tunes that you're going to use in GAC anyway. And I love the changes that they did here. I mean, when I was neutral about it at first, but as I read through it and saw what they were doing, even if you hate GAC, all you got to do is show up. You get rewards.
Oh, keep that straight face. Keep that straight face.
We'll go into a lot of these details, but yeah, it just takes showing up.
The lowest rung, and then be on the details. And then someone was saying, like, they were doing the math for where I am with crystals every day. Like, Ranger, as much as you do GAC, if you go like 5 and 7 or something, you can still get the same rewards. I'm like, that works for me, And if I have to get a little bit less crystals, which I'm okay with, so, where 80-90% of the other people in the game get more rewards, not just the crystals, but the rewards that come with it, I'm down with this. It really is. You can use more of your squad. It's the premier game mode. You can focus on, now all that hard work and effort that a lot of people have been putting into all these different squads and characters means something now. You're getting better rewards, and you're getting paid for the effort of just doing that, even if you don't really do that much GAC. So in the end, I mean, it just makes sense. Squad Arena, getting rid of the Mafias, getting rid of all the nonsense that was with Squad, a dead zone that just had the meta tunes, and that's it. It's just in GAC, you work on your characters, you can start using more characters and tunes and get it. Seems like, if I've done the math, it looks like I'm getting more rewards actually with this GAC version with crystals and rewards and stuff. So I don't see the downside. I'm big on this update. I'm huge on this update. And you guys know that when I don't like something CG does, This man will drop F-bombs left and right on them. But
not on YouTube. We're still doing good so far.
Well, on my YouTube channel, I will do it. But not
kidding.
this one. I will keep it clean. Yes.
No, we won't. Ram will ruin it.
So I think it's
not going to happen.
I love it. So I'm totally down with this.
Awesome.
100%.
How about you, Ram Bam?
Good points, though, Ranger.
100%.
Thank you for the subs, by the way, stud. That whole thank you. 6 months strong.
I'm 100% on board with these changes. I think there's a lot of people. Let's take a look at a few different perspectives. Okay, number one, the idea of this game is to use your roster to its fullest potential and get the most out of your roster. For the longest time, the most rewarding thing in this game has been who has the best squad, who can wail the hardest on the best squad in the game. That being Squad Arena, right? Now
who does not have nightmares of the JKR mirror meta?
Oh God! It's the worst.
I mean,
now they're changing it to where it's now who has the best roster, who builds their roster the best, who mods their roster the best. It doesn't matter about your top squad any longer, which I think is a huge bonus. And if you look at other games, this game has been so far deviated from other games in the sense of it's just outdated. They've done this for the last 6 years of top squad. Most games nowadays are staying away from the squad arena area and going up towards roster developing games and modes, guild modes, things like that. So it's beneficial for the people who have good rosters, but maybe don't stay on top of like the current metas. It's also beneficial in the sense of, and I think some people are skipping over this, this essentially in its own little way becomes a sandbox mode. Maybe not exact sandbox mode that we wanted, but it becomes a sandbox mode in the sense of it no longer does it matter if
you mean like Mort's always done with Squad Arena and you guys laughed at me for sitting at 800? Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Right. Well, it doesn't matter now if I'm going to put Lord Vader or JMK or Bam or whatever in Squad Arena. Who cares, right? I can put Night Sisters because I want to see if Night Sisters can beat this other team that I ran across. And nothing matters. Nothing changes, especially if you work with a shard chat. This may make it easier to go in there and be like, hey, look, can you put this team in there?
Oh yeah.
The only thing I wonder, Ram, is if
you don't have to worry about getting knocked down.
Since nobody's going to be active at the bottom end, I don't think. Are you going to be able to drop? Thank you, Legion. Are you going to be able to drop in shard?
You may not be able to drop, but you should be able to climb.
You'll be able to climb very easily.
Climb a little bit easier.
And like Ram was saying, it'll be a lot easier to have somebody be okay with switching out of squad because it's like, if I go and put in a GG squad so you can test against it, I'm not going to get knocked down to 300 in the next 20 minutes because everybody's like, ooh, GG, let's do this.
Think of it like Fleet Shard. How long does it take you? It would take me days sometimes to get dropped to 100, even no matter what I put in there.
There's a very good point, by the way, Rule Deuce. People are afraid of change, and the thing is if they had made this change, here's something I will say: if they had made this change within the first couple seasons, inaugural seasons of GA or GAC,
I'm so excited.
I don't think it would have been as much of a backlash.
I'm so
because
excited.
We've had this for like the last year and a half with this specific mode, or maybe even longer. There's more backlash because people don't like the change. But I will say that the majority, and don't let the posts mislead you, don't let the YouTube videos mislead you, don't let anybody else mislead you. The vast majority of players, I think, are excited for this update. There is a select group of people that they prefer Squad Arena over GAC, and that's fine. That's well within your right. But I think the majority of players not only benefit from this change, but they will enjoy this change as well. And I mean, I know all of us are within that change as well. I mean, this is going to be huge for so many reasons. I'm
God, right?
I'm so pumped for this.
So when I get into some of the nitty gritty, start going over all the everything.
Yeah.
Thank you guys again for the hype train. Appreciate it. The sound alerts are off for right now. We'll turn them back on after we finish the roundtable.
All right. So as we were saying, overall format's pretty much the same. 4 weeks on, 1 week off. Each week they're referring to as an event. and each 4-week period they're still calling a season. Just so you know, like the terminology that they're using throughout the whole post, events and season, just so you don't get mixed up in that. So basically, just some couple like structural changes. Leagues and divisions are now sort of swapped. So where you were previously like put into a division based on your GP, you're going to now be put in a league, initially based on your GP, and then it'll be based off your skill rating. So there's 5 leagues: Carbonite, Bronzium, Chromium, Rhodium, and Kyber. You know, those are all initial placings based off of your GP. And then within those leagues, there's the 5 divisions, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 being the highest. So they're just, instead of getting wrapped up where we used to be like trying to shoot for Kyber, now you're sort of shooting for Div 1, and then Kyber is like the top of the rung, the top of the ladder sort of thing.
Kyber is no longer life.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of change in terminology. So it's just so people don't get sort of lost in that. So you get placed in this league, and then you try and work your way up to the highest division within that league. So, I mean, Ranger, we got to rework that saying. Kyber is no longer life, and life is no longer Kyber.
League is life,
it's just
baby.
A title, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it just is what it is. So I don't really, it is what it is. So, life is Kyber. It's just a way of thinking.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it'll ever actually go away. It'll be stuck in my head. Hell, I made a video Eye of the Kyber, and now it's null and void. That's the part that kills me the most. Anyway, go ahead.
I will say that the with Zepper's statement of this could you could ignore GAC if you didn't like it type thing, and now you kind of can if you want to continue being where you're at in the game like you were with Squad Arena. What I will say is from my perspective, if you have a company that's going to put so much work and effort and time into making a mode like Grand Arena, where there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the doors, not just what you see on the front end. There's all kinds of coding, there's all kinds of data issues, there's all kinds of crazy things that a lot of people just don't get or they don't look at. And you have a mode that's as expansive as that, and then you see the numbers and you see the people just aren't participating, and we can prove that we're not participating because how many of y'all on this panel have gotten how many auto sets every single season?
Almost never.
And that people are they're consecutive auto setters. They're habitual auto setters. They don't even try to hide that they're going to auto set.
Yeah.
Right. Meaning that they're not going to play the mode. When you look at the statistics of that, why would you not want to try to make people want to play that game mode more? Right? Because otherwise, if people aren't playing the game mode, then the game mode dies. And there's a lot of people that don't want the game mode to die. So yes, there are some people that's going to be upset by this change, but they have to do something to make people entice to want to play this game mode more. And if they had done this with the launch of GAC, it wouldn't have been that big a deal. But because we played this for a year and a half, 2 years, whatever the case is, with these specific rewards and how this game is specifically geared right now, people are upset about the change.
So Wolf,
even if you don't like GAC, you don't even have to do it that much. You can just go in there, do one attack, and if you win, great. If you lose, great. You still get crystals, and you still get crystals every day from the event. As can be explained by Wolf. I mean, you don't have to commit that much to it. You don't have to be that competitive. Just those that are competitive like us, I mean, you can do with it whatever you like.
You literally can. Ricky P wants to say something, but I just want to real quick, guys. We'll explain how the whole format works from the way I'm seeing it. I'll let these guys correct me, but I think I have it nailed down. You basically are going to be able to almost choose where you're going to sit. What are you going to say, Ricky P?
I'm curious to what you say, Ram. You say there's like a big backlash, but from what I'm feeling, from what I've been reading or seeing, the general consensus of the people is they're generally happy with these changes. I'm not seeing.
Go to the mega thread on the forums.
No, I never look at the forums.
I never look at the forums.
That's why. If you look at the mega thread on the forums, it is nothing.
I don't watch
negative.
the news.
If you look on the bottom of like YouTube videos about, let's just putting out other content creators out there. If you look at the YouTube video comments, it's nothing but negative. But if you go to like Discords and if you go to a lot of guild chats and whatnot, a lot of people specifically, I would say at the medium to lower high end gear tier guilds, they're happy about this. The super high end guilds, I'm hearing that there's some negativity, but
they don't want to do GAC. They got theirs through
my
shards.
guild's loving the changes for the most part, as far as I'm aware.
I went and looked at AP's comments because I was, I'm always watching other streamers and stuff, and I was looking at the comments because he actually asked, he did a video and asked what people.
That's the right attitude, real deuce.
They really had a lot of positive in this. So, I mean, listen, there's going to be people that disagree. If you don't like it, hey, respect. If you don't like it, I get it. Change is difficult. Maybe you're just not for you. But, and I get it. If you don't like it, that's cool. I actually had someone say that they were quitting the game today because of it. I'm like, hey, respect. If this is something for you that's too much, then I get it. And I don't look at this like I'm just a streamer. I look at this from a perspective of I play this game and I want this game to be good. And I think this is for the long-term health of the game, right? For all levels of GP and stuff like that. So, but if you don't like it, hey, I get you. Totally feel you. If you don't like you don't like doing GAC, I get you. If you think that this is messed up and effed up and you're going to quit, hey, don't want you to quit, but if you're going to, I respect it too. So, just be respectful to both sides of the coin, whether you like this change or you don't like the change, is all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I definitely understand. There's some people who are, not going to be a huge fan of the change. I just, like what Ruladu says, people unhappy are people like him. We get first in both arenas without very much effort. He hates GAC more than anything, but this change makes him wants to get back into it. So he's generally excited for this. It's a new challenge. It's something interesting in the game. It's shaking things up a little bit. It's bringing some life back into this mode, which, I will be completely straight up with you guys. In case anybody didn't notice, I've been phoning in for the past, probably 6 months on this game mode. I set the same teams. I screw around that offense. I'll hit Kyber, but I'll take a 7 and 5.
Now you have a reason to win.
Be fine with it.
Yeah.
Now I have a reason to actually care a little bit more about it. So I'm going to put a lot more effort into it. Try some stuff out, put some more into the modding, put some more into it's definitely going to reinvigorate the game mode, at least for me. Whereas before it was just the rewards don't matter too much. I'll take my 7 and 5, 6 and 6, whatever. It don't take much effort to get Kyber and just call it a day.
So the Silent Hollow sent me some pretty cool charts, a little bit on the difficult side to read, but it's kind of give you an idea. If you finish number 1 in Shard every day, you are going to have to compete in order to get the same crystal income from the squad arena side. Yeah.
If you're finishing number 1, you will see a marginal to significant decline in crystal rewards, depending on
unless you're a boss,
which bracket you end up in. If you're like a baby whale that started off your fresh new account and you got yourself a GL and you're finishing first in arena, then you're definitely seeing a lot lower crystal income. But
Ricky P, I know I'm having a mic issue. We're trying to figure out why it won't output as loud. I'm trying to speak up. So I hope you guys are hearing me okay.
It's loud to me, man.
It's loud enough. It's just like scratching
grumbly or something. That's what I was telling Ram the other day.
Sector 5.
100%. So I'm not happy with it whatsoever. I've been trying to deal and figure out what's going on, but my issues. Anyway, so I want to kind of explain, and you guys can correct me on this or not, but guys, the way I'm seeing it is you're going to start out, like you said, Kyber, Erodium, Chromium. Those are now GP levels. Instead of divisions 1 through 11, you've got basically 5 divisions with 5 leagues in each division. Van Seal with the raid. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Van Seal?
You guys feel free to pass that on to Van Seal if you want. But so if you are sitting at, let's say, my alt is at 4.3 million. So I'm going to be in Chromium League 2 to start. And then the algorithm after time is going to pick up according to my record, and it's going to give you a skills rating about who you're going to get matched up with. You cannot, is this my understanding? I don't know if I've got this right. You cannot drop out of Chromium. You have to still be within Chromium GP levels, correct? That's the way I'm reading it.
No.
I don't think you can drop down to Carbonite and play people that are 900,000.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Right.
Can
yes, you can.
You
you have to lose a bunch, though.
Right. So what I'm
just
understanding is
just
you
like in
have
Squad
to-
Arena, you can technically get knocked back to 5,000th place if
Okay.
you put it in a crappy squad.
Right.
All right.
So what I'm understanding is you'll start out, let's say like me, all right? I'm at 8.2 million account.
Oh, so I'll be whooping your ass soon. Got it.
I'm going to start out in Division 1 Kyber. Based on my presumably losing record, let's just be fair. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, it's
all right?
pretty poopy.
Based on my record, I'm probably going to end somewhere around like season, Division 3, Division 4. But if I go down to Division 5, then at the start of the following season, I will be in a Rhodium Division 1. And then I'll work my way around there. And if I keep going down, if I keep losing and I keep sucking, then eventually there's no reason why I couldn't go down to Carbonite, Division 5 in Carbonite. And then I'll face absolutely garbage players and then keep, until eventually I start working my win rate back up. And then, it becomes a skill rating determination at that point.
You probably would still lose in Carbonite. That's the thing that's most, I think that.
That's an interesting look, because if that's the case, if I can climb into Kyber and then start facing people that are 9 million where I don't stand a chance because they've got 6 GLs, that's going to be pretty impossible. That's going to be pretty hard.
Yeah, but you're
right, because it's going to go off your skill rating, not your GP.
Right.
Your top 80 does not matter anymore.
Right.
So to go into what they're talking about, let's go into a little bit some of the matchmaking changes over here, just so we can sort of fill in everybody and see what we're going in over here. So the matchmaking making changes will now be done based off of your skill rating. So the first Grand Arena, the one that's going to start in a couple like 2 weeks in December, 2-3 weeks, will be based off of your GP. So you will be placed into a league based off of your GP. There's a chart that's in the State of the Galaxy, a road ahead, whatever it is over there, which will show where you're going to end up depending on where you're at. From there, GP, throw it out. It's done. No more. It's done. Nobody cares about GP. You can bloat whatever you want. You can have a Relic 9 mace. Who cares? It has absolutely no effect whatsoever on your matchmaking. You do what you want. You bloat your heart out, and you're good to go. After that, it is purely based off of your skill rating, which is just going to be based off of pretty much your win-loss ratio. So your top 80 matchups are gone. So you have a higher win-loss ratio, you start moving up. Have a lower win-loss ratio, you start moving down. What it's going to sort of what they're intending to do is make it more of a ladder system, is what they were saying, where you're climbing up the ladder eventually to the highest league. People who have been playing for a long time, who have more developed rosters, will have more of a benefit to get to the higher roster, or the higher league, which is the Kyber League, the top of the ladder. So that's sort of how it's going to end up working out over there. So naturally, you're going to eventually sort of hit some ceiling within that ladder where you're eventually sort of tapped out and then end up bouncing back down.
Yeah.
Because after each, again, they're going back to the whole events and seasons sort of thing. So your skill rating is updated after each event. So after each week, if you went 2-1, you went 3-0, you went 1-2, 0-3, whatever, your skill rating is updated after that week. So you can move between divisions within that week. If you did crappy and you were in Kyber Division 3, you may end up in Kyber Division 4. If you were in Kyber Division 2 and did great, you may end up in Kyber Division 1. So that's sort of how that's going to work.
So essentially, Kyber can still be live.
Kyber can still be life.
Oh my God.
Kyber can be 4 life.
That's true. Could be 3 life, 2 life, 1 life.
Vulcan, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We beat the system over here. So you can
Welcome
move
to the chat.
between leagues at the end of each season. Remember, the season is your 4 weeks, regular, like how it is now. So if you finish at the top of Division 1 in a Rhodium League, for instance, then you'll get a promotion to Division 5 of the Kyber League. And if you finish in Division 5, crappy in the Kyber League, you get demoted down to Division 1 of the Erodium League. So it's sort of like you're bouncing back and forth in between what's a good matchup and a bad matchup for you. You climb too high, you get knocked back. You climb too low, you get some gimmies, and you can work your way back up a little bit. And it sort of seems like you're, existing in a limbo between your high and your low over here. Ranger, are you feeling the same thing?
Oh, absolutely. This is exactly the way it's going to work. So, if you win more, you're going to get tougher, more, people that are more active in those leagues. And as you go down, it'll be in each of the divisions, you'll see, different things. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be wonky as hell when we first start because, it's GP and then it'll work itself out, which I really like, right? No more of these crazy matchups, no more of this nonsense. You're just facing people. Hey, and you still could get the matchup where, and I've been getting it a lot, but I just don't care. I have 4 GLs, well, 5 GLs now because I have Vader. I'm doing his ultimate. I'm going to get a lot of people with 6. I don't care. It's like, because I'm already used to that anyway, so it's like, okay, cool. If I win, great. If I don't, then I'll figure some stuff out and, overall record. I love this system a hell of a lot more than what we had before. I mean, it was so hit and miss. 80 million, the 80 characters are 110 once they updated the GSE change. How can you argue with this? If you win, you face better opponents. If you lose, it gets a little easier.
Looking at GAC lab sheet right here, this is saying the minimum GP. Now, they could be thinking the wrong like me as well, but this also says the minimum GP is 5.676 million for Kyber 5.
Could be.
Put you in to start, right? It's just like to start.
To start, like,
It's just to put you there when the whole thing.
Right.
Yes. Gotta have a starting point.
After that,
I just have a hard time believing you could drop down that far, even if you were that bad. But we'll see. All right.
So what they said was that they're initially going to put you in based on your GP, and then it goes off to skill rating from there on out.
All right.
And then newer accounts will get an initial skill rating once they hit level 85. They'll get an initial skill rating that'll kind of just throw them in the mix, and then it'll adjust from there for them as well.
According to this sheet, they're saying, where's it at right here?
Or check the Zoom join.
The league, league placement. He's not there yet. League placement. It goes event 1, 2, 3, 4, and then league placement updated. So after every GAC, after the 4th round, they're going to update your skill rating at that point.
They update your skill rating after every event, which is every week. And then they will update your league after every season. So every 4 weeks.
It says matchmaking only at player skill rating and look only at player skill rating at the beginning of each Grand Arena. Groups of 8 players with similar skill ratings are created.
Yeah.
Players are paired by win-loss record within the event, which I really like because I'm tired of playing people that I beat 3 times already in the same round.
Yes.
Don't worry, Mark. You'll run to me and you'll be like, I hate you so much, Ranger.
Yes. But I'll give it my all.
I know you will. I'll put it all nothing but defense down for you so you can.
Your partner in crime with the Escape Podcast coming in with the raid.
Hello, Governor.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, Nev, Paul, and friends.
Hello.
So little. I'm gonna put you right on the spot here, Ranger.
Sure.
Did you see the skill rating? Does it make sense? Did you have a chance to see it or play with it? Did you?
So as a tester, we see all this stuff ahead of time, right? Some of the stuff and I can't get into the specifics of everything, but we give our feedback on it. So GAC is not one of those things you can really do, when you're testing and stuff per se, but we saw all the stuff and we had our feedback and went back and forth with the devs. And I can talk a little bit about this because once something's out, then I'm a little bit freer to talk about some things about this. So saw about all the changes that they wanted. We went back and forth and then things were changed again. That's just kind of the way it is. And what I love about being a tester with the communication that we're having with CG is that they'll throw something out to say, this is, what we're looking for. What do you think? This is our idea. And then we'll discuss it and go back and forth. And then they'll make some changes and they'll come back and then we'll give feedback. It's like characters. We get a character. We mess around with it. We start giving our insight on it. Like this, if we see something major that's wrong, we'll immediately say something. And so that's just kind of how it works. So this is more of a paper kind of thing, we didn't really have a chance to really. There's no way for us to do this, right? Because there's no way to schedule us and that kind of thing. So this is more about just us as experience. Just a lot of our high GAC players and high players and low players, mid-tier players, but top echelon players. So it was more about our feedback and what we thought might not work, or this or that, and things of that nature. So, but yeah, I mean, I was shocked. I'll just say the same. When this first was announced, I was shocked well, we all were. It's like, wow, this is the direction. Okay, let's see what you got, kind of thing, So, but then again, I was horribly shocked when they told me about Darth Talon and Star Killer. So, I mean, they've been throwing a lot of bombs on our ass lately. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, not gonna lie, I feel like after a little slump of SWGOH news, we're sort of jumping back on a high note right now with everything that's been going on recently. Yeah. So, getting on a very more positive note for sure right now.
I think so. I mean, I still think Conquest is still a dumpster fire as far as I'm concerned, but all we can do is just keep pounding them on it. Seeing what we like, and don't like and stuff, and but yeah.
Well, clearly, and I think you said it a week or on the other roundtable, they are listening. I think that they are taking notes and listening. And these changes to Squad Arena and GAC, I think, is another good example of stuff that they've listened from the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So, they listen, folks. Trust me, they listen. Now, they may not agree with it, and the community ain't always right. We got to be fair on that point, too. We have our head up our ass sometimes, too, right? But
no, never.
Yeah, we can be wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Ever watch a Mort stream?
It does happen. Yeah. But for the most part, it's just to you want that kind of constructive conflict, right? You want that good dialogue of people with different perspectives going at it and trying to find what's the best solution, constantly working on it, constantly trying to improve, those kind of things. So, yeah.
Oh, Van Seal did a little artwork for us.
Artwork fixing.
I love it. Oh, you guys can't see it. Damn it. How do I let me show you. Hold on.
I love it.
What's up, Vencil?
Great.
Look at that. Baboom.
How you doing, Benzo?
Babooski. That's awesome. All right, sorry. Where were we? Good stuff.
You really block them off. Damn it, Mark.
I'm trying to show your pretty faces.
The next one.
Okay, so you're talking about the matchmaking. So, like I said, with that, their intention is sort of to discourage the sandbagging and joining and not participating. I guess the one thing, I guess, to wrap up that category, I guess to bring up is a sort of it may end up encouraging cheating a little bit. If doing well means you get better rewards, then it's definitely going to encourage all those hackers who are going to be doing their hacky things. But
can I say something about that?
Please,
real quick about the hacking.
I would love to.
There was something, I think it was in SWGOH events. Doja answered something about this, that their answer from CG on this is they are actively constantly looking for cheaters, but they can't really talk about like any specifics or anything like that because they don't want to give anything away of how they're finding cheaters, things of that nature. So they are actively looking. And one thing I do like about this is that with this win-loss ratio, people like us, when we do a GAC and we see some shenanigans, the first thing we're going to do is like, wait a minute, how did your Night Sister team lose no protection and beat my damn Ray team? How's that possible? Those are the kind of things that, it's not a perfect system by any stretch, but I think it's going to highlight cheaters because people are going to be looking at the top players like, because they just want to look like, well, what are they using and all this stuff. And I think it's going to, since spotlight unlike it was before.
Are we losing Ranger there?
And I know CG's saying that they're actively looking.
Who's good?
Ranger's back.
You're bogging out.
Oh.
You're bugging out a little bit.
Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. I guess I should stop downloading things. But yeah, they're active. Things. Yeah.
Was there a virus in that picture Van Seal sent us?
Here.
No.
Well, let me click it and see what happens. All right, so here's the picture Van Seal sent me. Let me click. Okay, what's this?
All of a sudden, boobs pop
my
out.
mouse won't move. Nothing.
Oh, there he goes again.
We lost you.
Oh my God, he's actually.
Oh wow, it actually did.
Damn it, Van Seal.
That's awesome. Except for I opened it. Damn it.
I didn't.
There's two quick things I want to point out. There's some good and there's some bad. The good is if you really don't like to play this mode, you'll eventually drop down to a place where you're playing with competition that doesn't like this mode either.
Oh yeah.
So you ain't really got to worry about that too much. So there's a lot of things with this, guys. It's going to be changed. It's something different. There's some negatives such as you got to keep an open mind. Most of the chat's saying that. So
that's what we're saying. Like we were saying at the beginning. Finishing at the top of a Division 1, or sorry, it's like finishing top Division 1 in a Rhodium League will bump you up to Kyber, Division 5. But finishing at the bottom of a Rhodium League is going to knock you back down to Chromium before that. So if you just start doing like really crappy, you'll just keep getting knocked down and knocked down and knocked down divisions until you just have like super easy battles that you were just going to be kicking ass in, and you'll have an easy go of it. So you'll eventually work out, it will not be initially. Initially, I put a note in here. Initially, it's going to be an absolute crapshoot. Just based off of GP, you may have some easy matchups, you may have some tough ones. It's going to take some time for it to really, really even out. But eventually, you'll sort of like work into some sort of realm where you're winning some, you're losing some, you're doing pretty well, and that's sort of like your comfortable range, for GAC. Just my perspective. But
I always respect your perspective. Say that 3 times fast.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to try that. Any other comments on matchmaking changes over here?
No, I just want to see how it happens. I want to see what happens. I think there's still some confusion. They're never clear about the way things come out. I still think I'm right. I don't think I'll be able to go into Kyber Division unless I'm over a certain thing, but we'll see. I don't know. I know they said ladder, but we'll see. We'll see.
Your main will hit Kyber. Your main will be in Kyber initially.
It will be initially, but the question is, can I drop out of Kyber by being a freaking loser, or do I sit in League 5? That's the only question to me. So, all right.
I'm also very curious about matchmaking, especially after the Territory Wars matchmaking changes, which
were horrible.
Hit or miss, I guess, for some. I mean, some
I can say that initially, and this is anecdotal for me, I've had a lot of really good matchups here lately. It's been pretty even. It's starting to even out a little bit, but it is something that I encourage people. If you see anything in TW that is extraordinarily off kilter, send that to me, because I'm myself and everybody that tests and stuff like that, we're sending constantly screenshots of that to CG and something that they're actively looking at. So that information is important.
Yeah, just real quick side note. Do you have any news on that? Because I've been seeing tons of screenshots of this TW being all screwed up, and I haven't heard any word of it being canceled.
It's some stuff. Yeah, it's something that I don't know. I haven't got anything yet. It's been. We bring it to their attention. I can't.
Yeah.
When they do an announcement or what they're going to fix on it, I don't have a word or anything like that.
I didn't expect you to have any any sort of inside information on that, but figured
it has been addressed. Yes.
Also, real quick, we are in famous, the most world famous of all presidents.
Super famous. Kate Gaming in the crowd, asking me to come to Kyber 5.
Oh my God, there she is!
And famous Kate Gaming.
And we got the Gom in the house.
Gommeister.
Beans.
Spill the beans, Ranger. Grab your beans and spill them. What's up, Gom?
That being said, I think Territory War matchmaking is a lot harder to do than single player to player matchmaking. So I think they got a better chance to actually nail the GAC matchmaking than Territory Wars because of how many players you need to match up, right? So
now again, let's be clear. The first couple GACs are going to be rough. There's going to be some insane mismatches. It's going to happen. Just expect it. Just it's going to suck. just
and don't.
I hate to say it, but just sort of deal with it. It's going to be shitty. It's going to take a minute to work out.
And you can bet your ass by the time the first GAC is done, I will be putting a game plan out there for people to understand it better. So we'll work together as a battalion to make sure that you guys understand how to get back to the winning ways and how defense still works. Get that shit in here. All right.
It's going to be a learning experience. It's going to take some time, but we will get through it. We will emerge. We will be victorious.
Right. I might actually get to face Nev for once.
Hey.
That'd be cool.
It would be. His account's better than mine, but I accept the challenge.
All right. So next topic, scoring changes. I'm gonna let Mort take the lead over here because feats are removed.
Feats are freaking removed. Let me see. I got to pull up that part of the page. Sorry, I didn't know where it was going. No, I've said it from the beginning. Who needs those stinking banners? Who needs those stinking feats? We don't need none of that stinking crap. And that's where I missed my cue earlier, guys. I've been begging for these changes for rewards, and now I've been saying take away them feats, get rid of banners. We don't need that crap. And here we are with no more feats. I'm super excited.
But I like feats.
Well,
FEAT.
AT, yes.
Okay.
All of them are a fetish.
In there.
Listen,
I'm the foot massage
shaming.
master is what Ricky P's saying.
you look at Never Calvin, it is a fetish for them in GAC, but that fetish is now gone.
Let's move on.
Gone.
No kink shaming.
No kink shaming. All right, so
Not on this channel, no.
the only changes that we had, where is that sheet? It's on here somewhere. There it is. So first attack, now this is how they're trying to offset auto sets. By just doing an attack in your GAC, you get 10 extra banners to give you an advantage over a auto setter. So I don't even think you have to win the attack, right?
You just have
Well,
to,
You just have to make the attempt.
you just have to make an attack.
Make an attack. So you literally can beat your opponent by 10 if they don't show up.
We'll get into that because they have a little bit of a note on that.
Okay,
on that
sorry.
Later. But yeah, all you have to do is do an attack,
Yep.
and you're good. Yeah.
Yep. And then per defeated opponent character, 1. And then set defense, 0 banners. I don't know if I agree with this one yet because I do enjoy setting my defense, but
I do.
what I really wanted was defensive hold banners. That's what I really wanted, but that's okay.
Defensive
I like
hold
it.
banners. Yeah.
No, that might be all right. Yeah.
But we didn't get that. We didn't get that.
But that changes clearly is to try and get auto set out of the way, right?
Yep.
Defensive hold banners would still have help those auto sets, right? Because
Yes.
auto sets would have.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
that's probably why
Yeah.
it's not there.
Yeah,
Good call. I didn't think
because
about
if you
that.
think about it, right, the auto setters, their goal, and they've
Yes,
mentioned this
Legion, I'll
before,
answer that.
multiple times, Crumb and or Doja, but I know Crumb has mentioned it, where their auto setting they know is a huge problem, and they're looking at ways to try to combat it and not necessarily punish people for doing it, but they want people to actually play the game mode and not just auto set. And so with the old-fashioned way, it was, hey, I can auto set and I'm still going to get, let's say in my division 1420 banners, right? 1420 times 12, you're easily hitting mid to top end of chromium, and that's if you don't attack at all the entire time, right? And so you're still getting decent rewards for doing absolutely nothing the entire season except hitting join.
Yeah.
Now it forces you to either do something or suffer and go back down to the lower divisions where you'll be placed with presumably other auto selectors. So
Now, so sort of. Sorry, Ricky.
I just want DA Commission says auto set your lowest tune instead of your top tunes. I disagree with that because it also gives the opportunity to your opponent to attack and clear you and win banners regardless.
Yeah,
So,
banner was. That's what I thought. I hope I run into that guy, especially being a defensive player the way I am.
so go ahead, Wolf. Sorry about that.
All right. So for the scoring changes over here, we're talking about you get your 10 per, you get your 10 battles, 10 banners, whatever for that. Here's where I'm sort of having trouble with this, because they say that they are attempting to encourage players to play offensively with the scoring changes. That was a specific note that they put in there with that. But your skill rating is only updated based off of your win-loss ratio over there. So you're no longer earning banners from defense, but you are getting an extra banner for each unit defeated each round. So, you kill 5 people in the round, you get an extra 5 banners. So it's no longer, it used to be in 5v5, a regular match would be 60. So now it would be 65. And wow, I just realized, hats off to CG. A solo with max protection is 69 banners. So this is about to be.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Because
Nope.
a perfect battle is 60 banners. If you soloed before, you would get 64.
Yeah.
And if you get a banner for each kill, it's extra 5.
Oh, yeah, it
so
sure
it's
is.
69. You just realized this.
Yes. Yes.
Only in 5v5. Only
Math harder.
5v5.
For 5v5, yes, for 5v5.
That's awesome.
I will take that. Thank you, CG.
You have learned something here in the battalion. Only we can figure that out.
Wow,
That's awesome.
live realization
What's up,
over
Heps?
there.
That's awesome.
Guess which character won't be able to do it though?
Ooh.
Your Relic 9 mate.
I was gonna say Wampa.
Nesty will.
has a better shot than Mace.
Yeah,
Oh
with
my
the bonus
god.
protection. I mean, Karen's got a great chance over there.
Darn right. Hey, I want to
All I
just.
need is some Gear 8 bounty hunters.
I want to cover a question right now. It was have they addressed how people who haven't been playing the GAC during the initial rounds of this new GAC will be placed into the ladder if they join after a couple seasons? To answer that, yes, they are going to be placed by their GP to start, and then they will be put into the algorithm, which will give them a skill rating as we play on. And then also, is 3v3 still going to be a thing according to this? Yes.
More.
Yes.
To that question, that is, I guess, something that they have addressed but have not really addressed.
No.
What will happen to your skill rating if you don't join? Will it be 3 losses?
It stays the
or
same.
will it stay the same?
It stays the same. Like, as far as I understand it, now I haven't got a clear understanding of this. You make a point about it's not 100% clear, but if you don't join, you're still at the same division, league, and stuff that you were previously. You just missed those 3 rounds, right? And then you can go back in and start being active again if you missed 3 rounds. So, so if you say for whatever reason missed 3, for that week, you were on vacation or stuff, you just couldn't do it. You still get the rewards daily from your previous whatever your ranking was, and then you'll take a little bit of a hit. But if you go back and then you're active and win some, then you'll be fine.
Okay.
Now that could change. I'm just saying this from my understanding of this. So.
Because that is a very, very important detail to bring up there. What happens if you don't join?
Which makes sense, right? Because your skill points or skill rating is based on your performance when you play GAC. So if you don't play GAC, therefore there's no performance to adjust that skill rating. But what if the players that will get assigned to Kyber Division 1 sign up for the first GAC, get their skill points, and they just never play it again? I guess
those are the kind of questions we got to get answered. We don't know
exactly.
for sure.
Yeah, because you would think when you're moving the crystals out of Squad Arena that they'd be auto joining people to GAC, but at the same time, I think they're trying to eliminate auto setters. So you're kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place there.
So I'm going to assume at the end of each whole GAC, like each 5v5 and 3v3, I'm going to assume it kicks you back and you reset. Because like you said, someone could just say, I'm in Div 1 now, Kyber. I never have to play GAC again. I'll just get my daily crystals for free without having to play anything.
Yeah, potentially.
You'll get kicked.
That is a very, very good point.
Unless
But your daily crystal rewards are really not all that high. Your daily crystal rewards are only a certain, and we'll get into that in a little bit with everything, but your daily crystal rewards with the actual changes over there are only a small portion of what they estimate your average daily income to actually be.
But for people who hate GAC and you're telling them you're going to get free rewards by not playing, they're not going to care.
No.
I mean, you will get rewards. It's just not going to be, 500. It's going to be, I think if you're in Div 1 Kyber, it's what, 260? Yeah, your daily prize is 260 if you're in Div 1 Kyber. Div 5 Kyber is 180 a day. And then there's more for the round win and the round loss and playing
round,
and all that stuff.
Yeah, each round win,
So,
the 3 rounds, it starts accumulating over time.
What your
That's how
record
it
is,
factors
end of
into,
season, yep.
Yeah, that's how it factors into to that. So like we were saying, there will be people that notice a decline in the average crystal income if they happen to be with somebody who finishes at first every day with no effort and then is also in like Div 5 Kyber and just doesn't try, doesn't join, doesn't do anything, never plays, never battles, never anything. If you don't join, then you're definitely not going to be doing as well.
And that's on you.
join.
Drink, be merry.
Neb just DM'd me and said that Crumb answered it and said, so the skill rating only increases if you join a week and attack. No increase in skill rating if you don't attack.
Okay.
But what about
Easy enough. There you go.
decrease?
Thanks,
Is
Neb.
there a decrease?
Yeah,
if you don't
decrease the
attack?
other one. Thank you, Zeppers.
Okay.
No, I'm all about negativity coming with it too, but you need the other side of that flip, Zeppers.
Oh
You feel
yeah.
how you feel, man.
Oh, absolutely, Zeppers. 100%.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know that
100%.
not everybody is going to agree with, with these changes, and that's fine. You are entitled to disagree, but this is just how the changes are going to be. But I mean, CG does listen, and that's why they're having a Q&A on Thursday. So
Yes.
stick around and make your feelings known. This is a state of the galaxy. I think this is being overlooked by some people. This is a state of the galaxy. We have not seen a content update post. Until we see a content update post, none of this stuff is 100% official. It is still with the bottom line in fine print, subject to change, meaning they can still go back. Most likely not, but they can still go back and make these changes if they see, or if people, voice enough dissent and whatever the case is.
Okay.
And then
I'm good with that. Where are we at there, Wolfie?
And unfortunately, yes, Legion 3v3 is still going to be a thing. Fuck 3v3, but damn it, it was my fault. All right, anyways. Yeah. All right, so looking at the scoring changes again, like we sort of mentioned earlier, your first battle, you get 10 banners. Win or lose, enter battle, you get 10 banners. That is because there is a minimum banners that must be achieved each round in order to earn rewards. So previously you could earn rewards just by joining and doing nothing. This time, in order to earn rewards for the round, you need to have scored 10 banners. So you get 10 banners for winning or losing, makes no difference. As long as you do something, you get those 10 banners. 20 per event, so 20 per week. So as long as 2 out of the 3 rounds in a week, you do something, enter a single battle, you'll still get rewards. And then 20 per season. So you want your season rewards, you literally need to do 2 battles the entire season. You don't need to win them. You just need to do them, and you'll still get your season rewards.
Yep.
So they're just giving it away. It's like, oh, we're trying to encourage people not to sandbag or not to auto sell, whatever. You just need to do something, and you will still get rewards from this. So while the daily crystals are definitely going to be reduced a little bit, all of the crystals from this, where you just need to do something, are going to be fairly significant.
I'm okay with the banner changes overall. I think they made just a few tweaks. That's literally what they did, was a few tweaks, and it's good. So I like this part. I'm very happy with this part, honestly.
Anybody else comments on the scoring changes?
I'm actually reading through some of it right now. Doesn't sound like it. All right, where are we at,
You
Wolfie?
had 24 hours to read through this thing, and you're reading.
No, I'm reading through yours.
One job.
Yours, your agenda.
One
Your
job.
agenda.
Yeah, I summed it up. All right.
We have a question from the chat.
What's that?
Who will be the worst battalion GAC member? From Ed. I think I can answer that one. Definitely not me.
Oh, clearly it's more. Clearly it's more.
Yes, clearly it's me. All these changes are going to screw me.
Go 0 and 12 next
Yes.
season.
Yep.
Calling it right
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
He said his vote is Ram Bam and then me. Get that crap out of here, Ed.
No, I want to hear Van Seal. Who's going to be the worst in our battalion group here?
Yeah.
Who's going to be?
Who's
the
gonna be
first?
the worst?
The worst.
I don't know. I don't know. That first week is going to be interesting because
It's brutal.
I mean, you guys are talking about matchmaking. I'm not even worried about matchmaking. I'm worried about someone who's been farming Omicrons as much as Rambam.
right? Maybe he picks up his game just due to Omicrons.
Because those are like
we'll
those are
talk
kind of
about
like
those
a,
Omicrons.
Those are
kind of
gold.
like cheat codes
I've
almost.
got almost 2 right now. I should have
we'll
2
get to
within the
those.
next. Yeah, I should have 2 within.
I don't
the
know
next,
who's gonna be the
Oh,
worst.
by GAC, I'll have 2 Omicrons.
All I know is Mace is
100%.
Mace is probably going to be killing people now. Surprisingly,
Scarily.
I don't know.
Scarily.
Ow.
Oh, it's beautiful. What do you mean how?
So I truly am getting a downgrade. My raw bloat is going to hurt me. Is that what you guys are saying? You could just say it. Just say it, Vancio. It's going to be me. I'm going to go from top to bottom instantly. Ram's used to it. I'm not used to that. Top to
You
bottom.
like to do that usually. Yeah.
You like to go from top to bottom?
Allegedly.
I don't know. I think honestly, if anybody's going to get hurt, it's going to be Fredo because of his lack of Zetas and his year and 3/4 old account at 6 million.
Mega whale account.
Yeah, but I could be wrong.
The way
We
this
will
looks
see.
like is it looks like it not punishes, that's the wrong word, but it looks like it puts the people who have whaled their way to the top at a disadvantage to people who have had 5-6-year-old accounts that have worked on their mods, because it's going to come down to your roster. It's going to come down to how people can utilize their full roster. If you're just out modded every matchup rather than being relied on your top 80, there's a massive issue there for those guys.
And again, we're still stuck behind a lot of questions that we don't know or when they're going to get answered. But Thursday they're having that. I mean, I guess we throw it out there. Thursday, where's that going to be at? In the SWGOH events channel, or where's that going to be?
It's going to be on the forums, I believe.
Forums. So it's just going to be a type fest. Okay. So if anybody's interested in that, they're doing it on Thursday.
They normally post like a video or something, or a post.
I hope they do a video. They do a pretty good job with the videos. I
love
was
the
happy with
videos.
those. I was very happy with those. I thought they did a good job.
I love the
All right.
videos. Videos are good.
All right, where are we at? Reward changes? Is that where we're at, Wolfie?
All right, so yeah, looking at the general reward changes over here, as we've been talking about and hinting about and discussing over over this whole time, the biggest one of the most significant changes that is happening with this whole update will be them taking sort of significance away from Squad Arena and bringing it towards Grand Arena. Most significantly of which is they're removing crystals from Squad Arena and bringing them to Grand Arena. So crystals, Squad Arena, gone, kaputs. It's no more. Thanks for playing. It's been fun. It is now a sandbox mode. But rewards for Grand Arena. Let's talk about those. You got your daily. End of round, end of event, end of season. You already had the end of round, all the end event, all the end of season things. They're just adding a lot of crystals to those. And then the daily prizes are going to be, replacing your Squad Arena prizes over there. So as we were saying, the daily prize is based off of your current league and division. Your Kyber League Division 1, you'll be getting much better prizes than Chromium League Division 3 or whatever. So it's just, we'll be working out with the ladder system. You're higher up on the ladder, then you're doing better. And again, you just need to simply exist within this division. You don't need to put any effort in. You don't need to win battles. You don't need to do anything. You just simply need to exist in this division, and you get your daily rewards. That's pretty much it. So you get your more. Do you have the rounds and events and all that prize chart up?
Yeah, it's right up here somewhere.
Okay. Because the rounds and events prizes have all been increased as well. There is a significant amount of crystals added to all of those. They have different payouts listed if you go 3-0, 1-2, 2-1. I
want to eliminate some confusion too. There's a lot of people out there thinking you were getting a weekly payout. You're getting a daily prize. You're getting daily. You're getting 12
weekly
round
prize.
prizes for events. Yeah,
And
so
you're getting weekly though.
they're
GAC,
you're still
you
getting your
get one after
daily,
round
yes,
win.
just like you would in
You get one
Squad
after
Arena.
round win, and
Yeah.
you get one after the week win.
On top of the daily
Yeah.
one, yeah.
There's
On top of the daily one.
Like we said, there's 4 types of rewards now. Your
Right.
daily rewards, your end of round rewards, which
Right.
will be 3 times a week, every other, for your attack rounds. End of event, which will be once a week. And
Yep.
then end of season, which will be once every 4 weeks.
Yep.
So there's 4 different types of rewards that you're getting,
Yep.
just throughout with all of this. So
And
that
here- yeah, and
daily estimate is just the congregate of all of those, divided by 35.
and
Diggler,
then,
I'm sorry, Ranger. Diggler, that is not correct. It says on the
that's not
sheet
correct.
35 daily prizes. So you get the 28 for the GAC plus 7 more. Continue on.
with
So
off week, you get
yeah.
the rewards every day. that
they
you
will be
run.
there every day.
During the off week, you will still, if you're in whatever league, you will still get those. That's every day. Join, no join, it doesn't matter. You will still get those crystal rewards.
Yep.
Championship tokens are pretty much the same. Nothing all that crazy over there with the championship tokens for that store over there.
It is what it
and
is. Who cares? Yeah.
You're welcome, sir.
It's some extra gear, and which is
And
nice.
it's good for
Fresh
mod-
shop currency.
modding.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fresh shop currency, relic salvage.
No, Ram, mod stuff. We went over this when I remodded your stuff. Damn it, Ram, you're not listening. God, I feel like I'm wasting my time. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about it. Let's go.
So end of the event, which is the week, whatever prizes, however, have been increased pretty significantly. Extra zetas, extra crystals, extra materials, extra all sorts of stuff. The end of season rewards have all been increased. So I need to get another beer real quick. So I want to hear some talk about extra rewards over here. Extra zetas, extra gear, extra everything.
Ricky P, I want you.
Yeah, I know why they did this, Ricky P. Real quick. This is because we had all the feats and all this other stuff, and then rewards, and they've been trying to work on getting more places to give more gear and things of that nature. So they just put it all into this GAC. So there you go. Go ahead, Ricky P.
I'm all for extra things, right? Extra gear, extra I'm all for it. I mean, they've been playing. I'm not sure if they're going to take this as part of phase 2 of the whole gear rehauling that they're trying to do, but definitely it's a good plus for sure.
Yeah. It's really good. I mean, it's just, again, more opportunity. We're not even through. We haven't finished phase 1 yet, guys. There's multiple phases coming for the more gear. So this is just phase 1 we're in. Plus, they're doing all the stuff with JC where more gear and rewards and things of that nature. So, participation equals more goodies.
Yep.
Even if you don't do anything, you get a daily prize.
Isn't that the way that life should be, though? The harder you work, the more you deserve, right? Isn't that the way that goes?
Yeah,
and as far as I'm concerned,
who thought of that? That's a strange concept there.
yeah, I know.
Where'd you get that one? You pulled that out your butt.
I am. It's a guy who never went to college because he freaking isn't. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. And made it in live because I worked hard. Worked hard to get there. So, hell, I work hard to win my GACs. I don't win it on skill. I win it on a different kind of skill.
Spreadsheet.
So, yeah. Spreadsheet harder. That's right.
Spreadsheet. The Excel spreadsheet is legit.
Vanny Van.
Your thoughts?
Ricky P.
Vancil, your thoughts?
I like it. Squad Arena turning into a sandbox mode is kind of a dream come true for me. I think for anybody that's a content creator. I like, regardless on where the crystals go in this game, I just like that CG is going in one single direction.
Yeah.
And it's regardless if you like the game mode that the crystals are in, you have to go in that direction, and they're making it fair. They're getting rid of shard chat mafias. They're getting rid of, because right now, if you look at it we've all been playing the game for years. I always try to look at the game from someone that joined maybe a year or two ago. It's very, very hard to get competitive, and it's very hard to stay motivated in this game when you don't have access to all the GLs, you don't have access to the conquest characters because they're not farmable yet, but that's a completely separate issue. And then you have to deal with all these people that are just on shard chat mafia. So I think this honestly, this whole year, every improvement that CG's made has been catering towards new players. And whether you agree with me or not, we need new players. because when our guilds start to drop people, when we get
Game
people that
needs
are
to
just saying,
survive.
I'm getting burnt out, I'm putting the game down after 5 years, it's been a good run. You know what? We need an influx of players to keep the game afloat. It's so hard to find players. So getting the new players up to the top tier, I think, is great. I'm all for it. I honestly, I would be shocked if CG gave anything that would cater towards like end game players ever again. I just want to see nothing but stuff for new players. That way you could just keep this game flowing and just keep it, just keep people coming in and make the game more attractive to people that haven't picked it up yet.
I've said this before. I think Omicrons are the sign of no more GLs, maybe one more, but I think it's the end of the GL run.
Well, let's not get crazy there, more. Come on, they gotta make the money.
I know they got to make their money, but it doesn't mean they can't make another more meta squad.
I think that one day we'll see. I mean, let's.
I think GL level is done. I think GL level is done.
Let's not get crazy talking. All right. But what I think, and I really love too about the Omicrons and the other stuff that they're doing with the squads, because they've been making some other changes. If you look at the new characters that are coming in, these characters were specifically designed to help each of those teams on top of all the other Omicrons that they want to do, so that now that we've made GSC mode and with TW and TV and stuff, you're getting these characters. Before, they didn't really like Rose and Qui-Gon and all this other stuff. They didn't really have much use. Now they do, and it's making what especially these characters that they're starting off with that were the really characters that we didn't do not a damn thing with in any of the game modes other than farming them for GLs. Now they have some value. Now they have some worth. All that time and energy that you spent is now being paid and rewarded. I love it. I love the Omicron system. I love what they're doing with the new characters to make them squad specific, to make those squads which they have looked at, saying the prepared team, the Momo team, which was pretty good, but now it's really good. The Trey team, and we'll see what the next one is. I can either confirm or deny the existence of Mary J. Do not ask me. And so I think it's brilliant. I really do, and I really love what
it was
they're
already
doing with
confirmed.
GSC.
No, it's not
I can
confirmed.
either confirm or deny the existence of Mary J. The only thing I can confirm is that iOS said that she was coming to the game. I cannot confirm or deny the actual
Steve Jobs
existence of that
confirmed it.
character. Yeah.
Steve Jobs, damn it, haunting us from his grave.
If they've got a GL for every faction, guys, it would completely ruin the game. You're just basically fighting GL versus GL. That's insane. I mean, it's like you've eliminated so many characters that's from even being used. That's why I say the GLs, I think, are going to go, or they're going to go to a new meta, or the Omicrons are the ones that are changing it and making it viable to not necessarily have to have all the GLs, but I think you'll still need some.
Oh, yeah.
That's just me.
Sorry, I just want to say a real quick side note. If anybody did notice at the end of Darth Talon's kit over there, which character is coming to Galaxy of Heroes next? No comment. So yeah, they're acknowledging but not acknowledging. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
No doubt, Fi. Ship harder is more relevant than ever. Get that shit in here.
Oh, absolutely fine. Now there's actually something else which I wanted to bring up. Thank you, Fi, for reminding me over here. Ship harder. Reward your scoring changes. Going back a category over here, you get an extra banner for each unit defeated each round. In your ships, if you don't place a full defense and you clear the ship, will you still get banners for like clearing all of the
ones behind
ships?
it? Yeah.
Or will you get more or less for setting an undersized fleet?
Thank you for the follow.
Like a 5-star fleet that can only have less reinforcements. Will your attack banners be different?
Good question.
Good question.
That's something that I really like a technical sort of thing, which I really need to know.
Yep.
A lot of things in their post, they did sum up pretty well, but there's a couple of things that's one of those that I sort of picked out that I really need to have clarified for me. But just
it definitely make a difference. Definitely make a difference.
Stuff we got to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little side note over there.
What's up? Not sure.
Hey, not sure. All right, so the reward changes we're talking about over there. The squad arena, again, no more crystals. You're still getting your Squad Arena tokens, which they said they're adding gear to the Squad Arena store, so it'll help new players to get some stuff up. I didn't take a look through the list of gear. I'm not sure if it's stuff that you can convert to relic materials. Whether it'll help endgame players as well, which would be nice to know. I don't know if you guys have looked at the list of gear.
It looks like good relic material, but also, I would say take this opportunity to start hoarding your 2,000 prestige.
Oh, yes.
For the next capital ship.
Oh, you mean the 2,700 I have? Yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Ship harder, bro.
Exactly. So
Excellent,
I'm all over it.
Vancil, yeah.
Yes. We talked about this yesterday, 100%.
Get that prestige up. Want to make sure you're ready for in case
Wolf.
In case the rest of that post ends up being confirmed.
Don't be like certain other content creators.
This got brought up in chat too. Yeah. Sorry, Cubs. No defense banners equals no way to see if your opponent set a defense. I love that.
Love you, buddy.
Yep. That is true.
That's a very good
true,
point.
Yeah. The
we talked about
this. Are definitely going to be lessened in effectiveness. They won't be able to see if it was an auto set from last round or if they actually placed their defenses.
Yep. All you're going to see is a 0.
Yeah, that is a very, very good point over there.
Yep. I just actually hurt GG a little bit there. They're using it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Did not even think about that. And this is why we stream this stuff.
Yeah, talk about it, get ideas, and that's where the chat helps too.
We can talk about it, but we've got 90 people here hanging out. It just increases that much more.
Well, man, it's science, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I got about 10 minutes before out there. I'm going to go do the GAC labs with Cubs and those guys.
Yeah.
You guys want to get into Talon or
go
anything?
Cubs.
Jet off. Go Cubs, go.
Questions for Ranger. How hot is Darth Talon?
Well, not as hot as we wanted her to be. Let me put it to you that way.
Fixed it.
Oh my God!
You saw that we had fun with. You saw how we had fun with them when we were doing that.
Okay, half of that interview was you guys talking about how you had to make her PG.
Yeah, we had to. Boy, did we ever! If you've seen the original, you can see Mort's got her behind her. She is badass. Just a badass.
There are some nice cosplays.
Oh boy, let me tell you,
there are some nice cosplays.
She is the Sith I need, not the one I want.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
She can force choke me anytime she likes. I'll put it to you that way. But
like a Jedi
she's an incredible character. I was really blown away when they said she was going to be the one that was when we got she was being
damn Charger.
And she looks. Again, I've seen what she looks like. She looks incredible. They've done a phenomenal job with all these new characters on the look. Kind of got into that with them when I did the dev interview. Talking about it's a two-dimensional character. It's not like games or other things that you've had in the past or real life people, right? So they took a lot of their motivation from looking on the page. But yeah, she's an incredible character. I was really happy to see her come into the game, and her kit's incredible. She is really good. I mean, all these characters are really good. Once the last character comes out, I will rank what I think are from 1 to 4 what are the best ones you should work on.
Sorry.
Thank you for the minis, Ram.
I can neither confirm or deny the existence of marriages. Yeah. In any shape, form, or capacity. Jedi, Sith, mercenary, scoundrel, Luke's husband, wife, thing.
All right, Ranger, before you leave, we have a question from the audience. Evo,
Yes.
How are you feeling about the Qui-Gon Jinn and Zam Omis? Both GAC Omis, both seem very, very significant.
Yeah,
let's get that hot take.
Yeah, Qui-Gon's is pretty good. Oh boy, yeah. I remember seeing that one going, oh boy, what do you think? Oh, Jesus Christ. I saw that one. I was like, well. I think Zam's is nice, but when you compare it to Qui-Gon, it was kind of like when you looked at,
Van Seal's like, oh, keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at what Qui-Gon does, I mean, don't get me wrong, Zam's is incredibly good. It's really gross. they went too. I think they went too far.
Qui-Gon's a little crazy.
It's a little too much, man, in my opinion. When I saw that, I was like, oh no, oh boy.
Jedi Knight Anakin after Qui-Gon Jinn dies doing an AoE.
Yeah, it's
Goodbye,
insane.
team.
Yeah, and
I'm just dreading. I'm dreading.
Just,
I mean,
yeah.
I know we're gonna get to the Omicron, so I'm dreading when 3v3 comes around and someone sets Qui-Gon lead with JMY and Cam, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, well,
That's a GL. You have to use a GL on that.
all right,
Yeah.
you win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good GG.
Or you have to use like something that can control them, like Darth Revan.
You have to outspeed them and just like control them, because like once they hit you, you're
done. You're done.
saying ow when you're dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jar Jar using the boom bomb. You don't know how the boom
Offense down isn't gonna do shit.
Yeah, take this
against
one.
what they gain. It's insane.
Nah.
Yeah,
It's going to be
so
very interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
but no, don't sneeze on Sam's either. That's a really phenomenal.
Yo,
good,
Zam's.
good one, too.
All right. Well, yeah,
It's kind of stupid.
yeah.
Then was that?
Oh, actually, Ranger, before you leave, and you can tell me.
W.
There's some wording, there's some verbiage. I had some doubts with Zam. That 60% stat boost. Is that a flat 60 or is that changing her unique to 60? Because there's a big difference, and they didn't say that.
God damn it, EW.
Omicron.
You know, that's a good question. I don't know for sure.
Because if it's a flat 60, she actually loses stats, which I'm assuming that's not the case. Because why would
I don't
they give
think
you an
that's the
Omicron?
case, but I can see how the wording would be a little ambiguous there, where you might think that. As far as I understand, that's not the case. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't think that's the case. I think this is on top
It's
of or
what she already
bonus
has. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I thought too, because I was doing the math on my stream. I was like, wait, if it's a flat 60, she loses stats. It's kind of weird. So I was like,
No,
I don't
that-
think that's the case. I think
It's
they just
the
left
other-
out.
The way I understand it, that's the way it is. So
Okay.
it's so nice to talk about this stuff once it's out, because I have to sit here all the
Right.
time when you guys are speculating and stuff like. I can't say anything.
EW is speculating that you're also known as Herbal Fist or have ever conversed with Herbal Fist in the past. And if so, are you the source of this leak? And can we avoid your NDA? Just kidding. Love you. Don't give Fort any secrets. Keep them for Heinze. Get that shit out of here, EW.
Oh, I can
Wait,
find all the
Vince-
secrets.
Vince, you'll ask your question again? So I just reread her green her
Thank you, Ricky
Omicron
Pa.
there. What were you asking again?
So, like in her Omicron, it says she gets 60% offense
Yes.
and all that. It doesn't say for each scoundrel, like attacker, each scoundrel's support or tank. So it's like some people in my chat were
Okay.
saying it's a flat
Okay.
60. I'm like, I don't think it's a flat 60 because you're actually losing an extra 20%. I'm assuming it's a 60 per scoundrel.
Okay.
It doesn't say 60 per scoundrel, it just says 60 per bounty hunter ally.
So yeah, the old text is at the start of battle, Zam gains 20% to her offense for each scoundrel attacker ally.
2 feet with 100 betties. Thank
To her
you.
mass protection for each scoundrel tank ally. And then 20% increase to max health for each scoundrel support or healer ally. And then it just says while in Grand Arena, Zam instead gains 60% increase to her offense, max protection, and health.
Yep.
Or health and max
Right.
protection.
If
Yeah.
that's the part. So I don't know if it's per ally or not. If it's a flat 60, if it's a flat
it's-
60, it's worse.
I'll say this.
Yeah,
As far
if
as I
it jumps
understand
from
it,
20 to 60, then it's
jumps to 20 to 60.
amazing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like if you look at Qui-Gon and that crazy nonsense that they put on his
Yeah.
kid. Stam's got the same crazy nonsense with her.
That's
stuff,
what I'm
too.
assuming. Because
Yeah.
if it's a flat 60, it's like she's not gaining as much.
It's a flat 60, it looks like. The way the wording is. I mean, if they update the wording, maybe, but yeah, it
We'll
looks
see.
like it's a flat 60.
I mean, I'll find out for sure. But we'll keep me abreast on, or you just keep me on the loop on that, Vincent.
Do
I'll
it.
keep looking at it. Do it.
All right.
Yeah, that stuff isn't something that needs clarification.
100%. It's going to be good,
Anyways,
A lot of it
like
coming. All right, Ranger, thanks for joining us, man. I know you got to jump over there. Thank you guys for the hype train going on right now. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Anything else on those thing characters before I go?
If you stay, they may pull leaks out of
Can
you.
we get a graphics update for Darth Talon to make her sexier?
Yeah,
I did that.
he
I
did.
gotta say, even with what they did to her, she looks.
Oh, she looks pretty damn good.
It's a crank court time.
but
Yeah.
When you
Damn it.
actually, as you see the.
all right. considering we were saying a while ago that midriff Padme was not going to happen, it was too risque for Galaxy of Heroes. I will take this.
Yes.
All right. Well, the one last
Looking
question
forward
I
to
have-
spinning her in my roster.
Go for it.
What's I want to start something.
Yeah.
Darth Talon. What's the
Yes.
Ranger meter on 10 for Darth Talon?
As like good?
In game or just in general?
What do you mean? Like looks or what are we talking about?
Looking at this
the
booty.
character kit, the kit.
It's hard to say without having all four, so I can give a fair assessment of it because they're all really good. But I would say 8 out of 10, right? Because they're really good, really good. But I rate like Dash and Kyle. Like I rate Dash like an 8.5, and I rate Kyle an 8.5. So because of just what they do, but I'm kind of harsh out of 10. So. It's just like when I'm rating anime, I barely ever give a 10. But no, it's phenomenal. 8 out of 10 is really good for what she does for that team. It's unbelievable. It is so good. And the cool thing is, if you know who she is, now that they're doing Legends character, they bring Crate in. I mean, think about the possibilities, and Neil and all the other Sith that were part of that story. I mean, that's a whole team right there. Yeah, right now she's in the Trey squad. Do you really think that that's where she's going to be long term? I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, hint.
Okay, look.
It's not a hint.
Well, there was. Hold on.
Thank you, brother.
No, there was a hint. There was a hint in her kit that I saw, and I was like, wait a minute. I don't know what that means.
What?
If all Sith allies, if all allies, God damn it. If all
English.
allies, it's hard right now. If all
If
allies,
all
are,
allies
Sith,
are Sith.
thank you. At the start of the battle, excluding summoning allies. Why would they put that part in there?
Oh,
we don't have
yeah.
any Sith that summon.
Yeah. Okay. They put that in there a lot. I feel like it's just sort of like a catch-all.
And you can either confirm or deny.
Like brute.
We
Just
have no
in case
Sith.
at some point in the future they have a Sith that summons.
Yes,
Possibly.
yes, that's what I'm
Possibly.
thinking. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in case at some point in the future there may be a Sith to summon. Oh, B cubed. Dark Side TV.
Oh, good call, B Cube, Dark Side TV too. Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
too, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm not
That
as
makes sense.
excited. I was like thinking maybe we're gonna get a Sith. Maybe we're gonna get a Sith that is
We were excited. You ruined it. Be gone with you.
They're just getting in. Yeah, they're just getting it out of the way.
It's a good day.
Drink
Okay,
fizzy
sir.
drink without permission.
No, but no, she looks absolutely awesome.
Oh, her
man.
animation looks dope. I mean, ordered assassination. It's just
All right.
Dude, they
You know
gave
what?
her,
I'm
they
going
gave her
off screen.
they gave
Now
her
you know
the
what?
fly ability from Pokemon, where she disappears and then she comes back.
Screw it. We're messing up the order. I think we're done talking about the Grand Arena changes.
Oh, we're
all
so
that
far out of
all
order.
that stuff.
I think we're all in agreement that we like the gradient changes.
I think we're pretty much wrapped up in that. There will be some changes. There's gonna be some shakeup. I think for the most part, I mean, we're mostly a Grand Arena focused, alliance battalion over here. All of us really love the GACs, whether we
are all good with this change.
win some, lose some sort of deal. So we're looking forward to it. Just sort of open-minded, see how it goes. Obviously, there will be some negatives for some people. There will be a lot of positives for a lot of the community. But
Like an emulator that won't load.
Hey, Ranger,
Yeah.
I did want to, I did want to ask about that.
Good,
Have
hey.
you heard anything about them working on a fix for the emulator and the phone problem with
Yes.
this last update?
Yeah.
It's
They are
ongoing.
working. Okay, good.
They're aware
Good,
of it.
good.
It's ongoing, but it's one of those things. We bring all this stuff to their attention, but when the once it goes in there, like I don't know when they announce it.
Okay.
When they announce it as quick as I will. So.
Okay.
But
That's good. At least they're aware. That's fine. Because
Yep.
it's a big problem.
It's a huge problem.
Trying to do
Big-
content with
big, huge
these
problem.
emulators crashing and freezing and everything else is so
I
frustrating.
know. Trust me.
Just
it's
going
been-
one
Oh,
frame for
God.
like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's
it's
my,
brought to their attention.
Okay, good.
All right, guys, I got to get out. So
Thanks,
Ranger.
Ranger.
everyone
Thanks
have
a
a
lot.
great one.
Ranger, cheers.
Everyone be safe, and I will holler at you guys soon. Peace out.
Absolutely.
Pleasure as
man.
always. Catch you later.
Goodbye.
Guys, make sure you catch Ranger on Reality Skewed Gamers on Twitch and also on YouTube.
Absolutely. Can we get some links in there in the chat, please?
I blame user Aaron Mortzcase. Thank you, not sure.
All right. I definitely want to talk about the Omicrons, though.
Yeah.
You want to do Darth Talon first, or talk about the new Omicrons?
Well, we can talk about Darth Talon.
Finish up with Darth Talon talk. Okay.
Let's finish up with Darth Talon.
All right. Yeah. Bring up.
Sexy.
Oh my god. Bring up the Darth Talon.
Yes,
if
sir.
You don't mind. Oh my god.
Dark side attacker.
Sith attacker.
Yummy. She should have a yummy tag.
So. They
I hate
say,
that artwork. God, so bad. So bad.
Can we replace that with Van Ziel's?
Something about
mine's
yeah.
a little more appropriate.
Yes, please. So they say in the dev insights, in the everything, they're going through it, that they sort of intend her to work with the Sith Triumvirate. They go synergy suggestions. They go Traya, Scion, Nihilus, and Sith Empire Trooper.
Yep.
They have specific call-outs to Scion's Pain and Darth Treya's Isolate within Grand Arena. With everywhere else in everywhere else except for Grand Arena, it seems like she's just going to generally pump up Sith squads. So if you want to go like through her, base by base, her basic looks awesome. Her first special looks awesome.
She's gonna pump them with her loyal hand.
Her second special looks awesome, but oh my god, her loyal hand unique, her Sith cruelty unique, her proven loyalty unique. Oh my god, she is just going to bump up any Sith squad you throw her on, be it Sith Eternal, be it Darth Revan. Oh man, she is just going to be absurdly good, and I am excited to see how that pans out.
And here's the thing: is like she's going to be really good. From what I look at, she's going to be really good regardless of star and gear level. Not to say like you can run her like gear 1, right? But you could essentially have a, let's say, gear 10, gear 11, 3-star character straight out of the marquee. And you're still going to get use out of this because of the fact that it now forces you to have to go after her instead of the leader. So in a Traya team, you want to kill Traya so that she doesn't isolate, but Traya is just going to sit there and drain your health and isolate your team and whatnot. And if you run her with Sith Empire Trooper with, a lot of people are going to put Sith Empire Trooper with this team because now you're running Marauder with the DR team, and so you don't really need that pre-ton anymore because of the damage output. So this prevents you from going straight after Darth Talon, it prevents you from going straight after Darth Talon, which you need to do to eliminate her to be able to go after Traya. And it's just, never mind the increased stats and all that other stuff. Never mind all that. You literally, this is a savior for Sith, which is just crazy.
This faction.
So I absolutely, I
needs a boost.
I love the usability that they're bringing out with the. I think there's a clear thing that they're doing with the 4 marquees that are coming out. Right. We don't know the 4th one, Marjade. We don't know what that other one is, but the 3 that they've released have all been characters that are semi-usable at low gear levels and stars, right? Kyle Katarn, usable with Rebel fighters. Darth Talon is usable with the Sith Triumvirate, and then Dash Rendar, you can stick him on a smuggler team, and he's still going to provide valuable input even at low stars.
And Nihilus gaining turn meter is scary.
Oh yeah.
That's scary.
You thought he got
and recovering 100% health?
Yeah.
That's scary.
That's a lot of health.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
this
that
is gonna be she's gonna be good. It's gonna be
outside of being usable at low gear or lower star, that's what they've been doing for the past year or 2, like bringing one character that will up another faction, right? So What?
Goddamn bear.
Pooh Bear, loyal hand buff means ram and mortar float around again.
And real quick, shout out Arsenal. What's going on? Guildmate over there. Thanks
very
for
cool.
stopping by. What's going on?
Dr. Z, take care, bud.
Peppers, help you feel better, buddy.
All right, catch you later, Dr. Z.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a scary loyal hand. It's I guess better than backhand, as somebody said in chat. It's gain stealth for one turn.
If you look at this, right, every time Darth Talon, if an enemy is inflicted with isolate or pain, they get different effects, right?
So that's only for Grand Arena.
That's only Grand Arena.
That's
the Omicron
stuff.
Right. And I don't
Just
care.
be clear. Just be clear.
I don't care.
So yeah, that's so go on.
Dark Frenzy increases area inflicts buff immunity on all enemies for 2 turns. Dark Talon's attacks recover enemies' health equal to, or allies' health equal to 50% of the damage dealt. Double for allied Darth Scion. Gain plus 20 speed for the rest of the encounter, stacking up to a max of 200.
Inflicts buff immunity on all enemies.
Depending
That's a
on
lot
her
of speed.
base speed, and depending on her how you mod her, she potentially could be as fast by the end of the encounter as a GL.
Now, and then just to be clear, this Dark Frenzy does that, and Dark Frenzy itself is a cooldown 5, which gets reduced through certain abilities and everything.
Right.
Through a lot.
So you will get the increase over there.
Right.
It's really, really seeming like if you do the Omicron, she will be great with Treya Scion Nihilus in Grand Arena. If you don't do the Omicron, she is going to be amazing with Darth Revan or Sith Eternal anywhere else other than Grand Arena.
Mm-hmm.
That unique over there, the Sith Cruelty looks. The Sith Cruelty Grand Arena part of it is awesome, but the non-Grand Arena part of it is 30% max health, 30% offense, and 20 speed. What's one of the most favorite counters for Darth Revan right now? Imperial Troopers.
Bounty hunters.
Troopers. Bounty hunters.
Yeah, Van Steel. Yeah. Imperial Troopers.
Got him.
Imperial Troopers. Now, hold on. We'll get back to Van Steel in a minute because I love what Van Steel just said. So Imperial Troopers have the 20 speed from the Veer's lead, which just gets completely negated right over here by the 20 speed from our girl Darth Talon over here. And she makes it just that much more obnoxious to take him out. She gives Darth Revan, the leader, a free turn at the once he gets defeated. The first time, sort of a savior mechanic going on. But if we want to do a quick transition over here to one of the Omicrons that we're talking about, bounty hunters are a very common counter. Well, not a very common counter, but are a known counter to Darth Revan. In Grand Arena, you are now going to have increased speed from Zem. You are now going to have a much easier time going before the Darth Revan team and being able to take them out effectively. So, Van Seal, take it away.
So, Zem's Omicron is actually kind of nuts. And I'm actually leaning towards more defense than offense with it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm not one to advocate bounty hunters for defense at our level of gameplay, but like Zam's Omicron is just dumb. It's just like I don't know how to put it into words. Like your opponent has to do actual math to figure out your entire team. So my Zam is at 350 right now. It's not hard to get her there, by the way, because she's a really fast character. But a 350 Zam turns into a 420 Zam if you're running with a full bounty hunter squad. And
big bump.
Yeah.
And
then your whole team gets 84 speed because that's 20% of 80.
Yeah.
That's 20% of 420. And that's a lot.
And that's not even considering if there's a speed lead. If you do an aura or a Django lead, it's even higher.
Mm-hmm.
There's no speed under aura, but yeah, no, I
Wait, sorry, was aura not on speed?
No, she does TM upon death, kind of like Veers.
Well, even if you do,
speed?
Just Django.
It's
and
just
Mando.
Django?
And Mando.
Just Django and Mando. Okay, I thought it was another speed lead. Okay,
but if you do boss and you get the payout, you get the 50 speed as well.
Right, and then on top of that, you're sharing protection with your squad and you're sharing offense. My Zam's like 8k offense, so assuming it's 60% per scoundrel ally, that 8k offense turns into like 27 or 29k, which doesn't really matter because it's on Zam, because all of your damage is percentage based, so it doesn't matter. But you're sharing 20% of that, and that turns into like 5k. So it's like, I'm thinking about putting Bosk on defense because you're just going to outspeed your opponent. And that's honestly what makes bounty hunters win. It's not an unbeatable team, but if you outspeed them and they get their contract off, what are you doing? Like, what are you going to do against that team?
What are you doing with your life?
That's why I like putting my bounty hunters on defense. I have my Bosk modded to be 319 speed, and then I have a 316 or 317 grief. And so what happens is Boss goes, I'm going to taunt. And then Grief goes right behind.
Did that again?
Mass assist. Triggers the frenzy. Triggers the frenzy, which then Boss does mass assist, and boom, contract done. Goodbye. And I've had people so many times lose against that team in GAC. It's amazing because it's just, bounty hunters just that fast.
So the reason I think defense over offense is because it's very easy to do very well with bounty hunters on offense, especially if you have two, and now we're possibly looking at a third team with Slime of Django coming in. But if you have this, like my boss is at 352 right now. If I give him 84 speed, he's at like 436, I believe. What do you throw against that? And it's not that I'm not saying it's unbeatable. It's just you're gonna be like, oh crap, I can't outspeed this team, so I'm gonna have to either use something way overpowered, like something like maybe gas. But even if you use gas, like I feel like gas is gonna be the last man standing. You're gonna get bad banners. Or I might just trick my opponent into throwing a GL at it because of how fast they are. And I'm planning on only using Boss, Boba, Dengar, Zam, and probably just Django. I'm not even gonna throw Grief on the team because I don't think it's worth it. But if you make that team, if your Zam's at 3.8, everyone gets 84 speed. It's just like, what do you do? Like you're gonna have to
against it.
You're gonna have to do something. And then if your opponent decides to be a dick and throw a Mando on the team, and now you're looking at an annihilate that's gonna happen just in a matter of seconds.
A big learning curve.
So take JML against it, and you can't annihilate. Well,
but,
no, you can't because
if you're using JML against Boss Lead, it's like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a very expensive counter to bounty hunters.
Very expensive to.
So that's why I'm thinking defense, because I'm gonna put it on my front wall, and I'm just like, you know what? Use a GL against it. Use gas. Use something ridiculous against it. And guess what? There's gonna be a GL hiding behind it.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing.
Nasty. That's nasty.
So that one, I mean, even at low levels, like if you're in the area where people only have one GL, this speed boost for Zam and Bosk, it's going to force your opponent to use something ridiculous. Like they have to use CLS or something. But even then, it's Bosk lead, and Bosk is very resilient. And once they get their contract, there's not a whole lot of recovery. That contract is very quick.
Bounty hunters getting better.
Oh yeah, especially for defense. So the reason I like this Omnicron so much is it answers all of my issues with Zam. Relics killed Zam because her damage is all percentage based. And I talked about this on my stream, how like a Gear 1 Zam with thermal detonators do the same damage as a Relic 9 Zam with thermal detonators.
Wow.
So relics don't do anything towards her, but this Relic, whoever the dev is, and I'm going to ask Crumb because I really want to thank them personally. This fixes everything about her kit because now we're taking all those useless stats that she has and we're spreading it amongst the team.
And Clash. Nice.
Yeah, I know. Eventually, Clash and I got to do something together, but it's just like I'm gonna do Zams no matter what. I'm gonna wait on Qui-Gon's. I mean, I probably will do Qui-Gon's, but I am 100% doing Sam's. I mean, I'm going to try and force my opponent to use something ridiculous against Boss Lead and just say, you know what, go ahead, use something crazy on offense because, you know, for me, that's a win. If you use a GL against Boss, I'm totally fine with that.
Well, and so, like, I've got almost 2 Omicrons, right? I've got 30, I think I've got 34 or 35 right now. So by the time GSC comes out, I will 100% have 2 Omicrons. Zam and I said this last roundtable, literally last Thursday. I was like, hold your Omicrons until the list comes out, unless and I include that unless in there. I said unless this is going to like just completely alter an entire team mechanic and make them god tier. Number 1, Qui-Gon proves that team is now god tier. 100%. I recommend slapping the Omicron off on him if you have Gear Jedi, right? I don't think this would work with low Gear Jedi, but you probably won't even have access to Omicrons at that point.
100%. Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
Omicron.
Regardless on where your Qui-Gon is, just give it to him.
100%. He's number 1. And then Zam, I have a Relic 7 Zam because I'm farming with Lord Vader. I'll have Lord Vader by the time GAC opens. I feel like I'm going to use the bounty hunters anyways because of their high relic levels and whatnot. Her Omicron looks very, very enticing. I'm with Van Seal. I want to apply it, but I'm almost holding off on her just because I want to see what the rest of them do.
Oh yeah, we still don't have Sidious's
really
IPD or
apply
Hera.
it to her. I think with like Darth Talon and Dash and all these guys, if you're gonna go in and wail on these guys, their Omicrons are drastically increased in value. But I won't be giving one to Darth Talon for quite some time because I'm not gonna wail on her. But
right, and to Wolf's point, it is a good idea if you're trying to take down Darth Revan. Me personally, I would say, look, this Omicron, I think you're going to get more bang for your buck for it on defense. On offense, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think this Omicron is worth it to outspeed a Darth Revan team so you can kill it. The thing is, you can kill Darth Revan teams with bounty hunters. I can kill 2 Darth Revan teams. I have 2 separate bounty hunter teams I can kill Darth Revan with, no problem. I don't think the Omicron is worth it just for one battle. I really don't. I think Omicrons are a defense game, in my opinion. That's what I said about Dashes. That's why I haven't given Dashes Omicron. I'm probably not because I don't think I'm going to put that team on defense all the time. I really am not. But with Zams, like I said, it's going to force your opponent to use something very, very good. And I think that's worth it. I think that's 100% worth it. That could really screw up your opponent, whether you're hiding Boss in the back, whether you're hiding in the front, or if you don't even want to use Boss, you can use Aura or you can use Django and just go crazy with the speed. Like, I mean, that's where I think you're going to get most of your value out of this Omicron is on defense. And it's really going to force your opponent to, and that's the thing too. The Omicrons don't show up on portraits. So your opponent,
that's a visual bug. That's a visual bug. They are going to be fixing that.
But even then, let's say the Omicrons do show up. If you put a Bosk or a bounty hunter team down on defense with Zam on it, your opponent's gonna have to break out their calculator and they're gonna have to calculate Zam's speed. They're gonna have to calculate your entire team's speed. And we haven't even talked about offense. We haven't even talked about the offense yet. Like I was looking at the offense, the entire team gets like 5K offense.
Yeah.
It's just like you put Boba and Django on that team. And you got to be careful. You really have to be careful there.
Boba Rocket is just annihilates.
Relegate Boba. Already slaps at Relegate.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, because you have to do it for Lord Vader. He already slaps with that rocket. You add 5K offense to that? Who's surviving that again other than a GM?
Oh, yeah. Anybody with Executor who's got a Relegate Boba over there, oh yeah, it's
100%. I love Zams, and she's like a very strong contender. I may wait out just a little bit because we should. I mean, GAC doesn't start for another 2 weeks, right? And so we may know another 2 characters, maybe the rest of them by the time GAC comes out. So I'm not going to slap Zam on just yet because, like I said, hers is only, same with Qui-Gon, Theirs is only usable for Grand Arena, so I may hold off just a little bit longer. But Qui-Gon 100%, you have to slap it on. I was doing some math. I never do math, but I was doing some math.
Wow.
This is scary.
This is scary, right? This is how impressed I am with Qui-Gon's, right? So if you guys did not see Qui-Gon's Omicron, Jedi allies instead of the 30 speed and offense equal to 3 times their speed like they normally would, they instead gain offense equal to 30 times their speed, doubled while they have foresight, which Grandmaster Yoda is a great counter to that because great team addition. He spreads foresight, and so they have 60 times offense to their speed.
First thing I saw was Yoda as well, Hermit Yoda.
Mm-hmm. At the start of the
battle,
this is why a GL is going to be a very good counter to this, but it sucks because you're going to have to use a GL against a Qui-Gon Jinn team.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of the battle, if there are no galactic legends on either side, and all allies are Jedi, not specifically Galactic Republic, Old Republic, whatever, they're all Jedi. Jedi allies can't be defeated if Qui-Gon Jinn is active. Qui-Gon Jinn can't gain damage immunity or stealth and can't be revived. When Qui-Gon Jinn, so Jolie's not going to work in that case. When Qui-Gon Jinn is defeated, all Jedi allies recover 100% health and protection and gain 400% of Qui-Gon's offense for 2 turns. Now, when he does this, my Qui-Gon is sitting at about 4 to 5K. I just remodeled him just a little bit just to kind of mess around with the mods. He's sitting at about 4 to 5K offense. Just by adding the, and I'm assuming I run him under Cam. I'm assuming that I run him with a couple tanks or whatever the case is. But Cam is really the important one because, like I said, they lose the 30 speed, and so you kind of get that little 30 speed bonus added on. The way I have him modded, he gets about I think it was 12K, 15K, something like that for the offense increased onto him. When he dies, 50K offense added on to that entire team for 2 turns. Jedi Knight Anakin with 50K offense, which, by the way, Jedi Knight Anakin, if you don't know his kit, as soon as the leader dies or the leader drops below 50% health, he takes a bonus turn. What's 90% of the time the AI does when he takes a bonus turn? He does his AoE. You add 50,000 offense to his AoE, which already slaps. You're looking at one-shots, dead.
Yep. I've got a Gear 8 Qui-Gon Jinn, and a Gear 8 Zam. And they're already ready to go. And I was waiting for this announcement to see what's going to be what. I am so excited. I honestly, I was going to do my Jawa first, but now it's 100% going to be Qui-Gon Jinn.
So the one thing I want to bounce back to Zam about, I forgot to say is, you lose all those bonuses when she dies. So she's kind of like R2.
Yes.
Right.
But I think that's actually, I think that actually helps the team because it kind of gives you like if your opponent's really like just dumb, they're gonna try and kill Zam to bring your stats down. But it's just like Zam is not the threat on the team. If you put Boba and Jango there, you have to deal with those guys first.
Yep.
So
without Zam, those guys are still threats.
Exactly. Right. So it's just kind of like I thought it was kind of interesting how they added that little part. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I wonder how many people are actually going to fall for that and just go for Zam and be like, all right, I want to bring their stats on the speed down, but I'm going to ignore the other guys that are punching me in the face right now. It's like,
yeah.
I will say a couple of the ideas that I had, right? Because obviously the ideal team that this has includes.
Wait, you're theory crafting now, Ram?
Yes. I love this Zeta or this Omicron. I love it. I'm all on board, 100% on board. JKA and GMY and Cam, right? That should be like your 4 along with Qui-Gon, and then your 5th you could throw in Zaris, you could throw in somebody like that, right?
But Anakin, Revan on the team, so you could save Qui-Gon with Savior.
Well, no, because you need them all to be Galactic Republic.
Oh, if you're running Cam, that's right. If you're running Cam, you need them. If you don't have Cam, then...
If you don't have Cam, then yes,
you can hold on. No, he needs to be defeated, right?
What? No. What are you talking about?
What? Yeah.
Okay, so Qui-Gon.
All allies are Jedi.
Okay. So when Qui-Gon Jinn is defeated,
yes,
all allies recover that. So
yes.
if he has a savior, then he's not defeated.
Right.
So it means they have to go through him a second time. almost.
I mean, does that give you much of a benefit? I mean,
you keep your gas mechanic alive.
Well, I figure at the end of the day, I mean, if you're going for the genetic and AOE anyways, I mean.
So honestly, I'm looking at.
We'll see how it plays out, obviously. But.
You definitely want to have a tank, right? And I would strongly suggest GK. It sucks that you kind of have to take him from that team, but I would strongly suggest GK because he has a inherent taunt that he can regenerate back. He shares bonuses with JKA on the team. It breaks up your Padme team, but you can throw Padme, and I'm honestly thinking I'm gonna start putting Padme.
Your Padme team's already broken up, anyways.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Guys. I'm gonna put. You're right. So I'm gonna start putting Padme on defense most likely, along with this Omicron on defense. You can. He's just. It's a guaranteed 2-shot unless there's a couple counters I see inherent. Number one, Treya. I think Treya could pretty easily dismantle this team with the Annihilate and with a because you can be defeated. You can't be defeated, which means Annihilate will not work unless you use it on Qui-Gon. But right. I think Treya will work because she'll just slowly kill the team. Unless there's two taunts. That's the only thing. It's like because she's gonna isolate GK.
Treya's gonna get destroyed as soon as they kill Qui-Gon. If Anakin's on the team, he's gonna do his AOE and you're done.
Right, but with the amount of speed that
unless Darth Talon's in there,
and that may be an alternate as well. Is you throw in a low starred Talon, a GL, any GL should work, and I think JKR could also work. But here's the problem: is it's going to have to be a 2-shot. DR I think might work too because you can control the team, but you have to make sure you're faster, and that's going to be the key.
Well, DR, yeah, if you can fear Anakin, even if you're faster. If you can just time it so that Anakin is feared when you kill Qui-Gon, then his bonus turn is wasted.
Well, not only that, if you so
you don't even need to be faster. You just gotta time it right.
Even with Zam's Omicron, but Qui-Gon is still Qui-Gon at the end of the day. It's still Qui-Gon lead. So, I mean, you can still stun these guys. You can still outspeed these guys. You can still ability
There's
block
still control.
Them. So I think as long as you outspeed this team. And you stay in control, this team shouldn't be that difficult to kill. But yeah, if this team goes first and this team is fast, it's kind of like the Zam situation. You're gonna have to use something expensive to kill it.
Yeah,
gas might work as well, but you're gonna have to use something expensive. That's the thing.
So
is you really want to use a gas team?
Yeah,
Qui-Gon, do you really want to do that? That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of, and we'll have to see. But the thing is like if you underestimate this team, it's you might get lucky and get a 1-shot, but it's almost a guaranteed 2-shot. You'll take out Qui-Gon and then you're screwed, and then you come in and have to clean it up. And by then I've already won on banners, assuming that I 1-shot everything. So the theory behind it is amazing. I'm all 100% on board for this Omicron. I'm literally game updates. I'm slapping it on. Done. Boom. Not even, no questions.
So just quick question for all of you guys. How many of you guys are planning on making this team super buff with Cam and everything? And how many of you guys are just saying, I'm going to throw trash Jedi under it?
I'll answer right now. I'm going to throw trash under it and let it do some work, probably on defense, and just irritate people. Plus, I don't have as big a roster as there's a lot of the other people do at 6.4 million. So Qui-Gon's just going to boost the crap out of a bunch of teams and force them to use a good team to beat it, just out of fear. But I don't have Cam, so
if I do end up placing, let's be honest, I'm going to place the Omicron on Cam, not on Cam, on Qui-Gon. When I place the Omicron on Qui-Gon, I will end up placing both Cam and JKA on the team if I'm putting it on defense. The other two, we'll have to see. With JMK anyways, a lot of the time I get away with using Mace on offense instead of GK. So I still have a tank for offense. So I can put GK on the team.
I'm telling you, Clone Wars Chewie is amazing.
I mean, Clone Wars Chewie works, technically speaking. He is a tank. He is Galactic Republic. He is an option. So that is a choice that you can make. That is technically speaking, a thing that you can do.
Viable.
I wouldn't recommend it, but it is a thing that you can do.
I'm definitely going to put that Omicron on Qui-Gon and try some combinations there.
Oh yeah.
There's just so
that
many.
being
That's a good
said,
point.
Ram, you cannot put the Omicron on Qui-Gon Jinn, unfortunately for you, because out of the 3 guilds that you're in, it was decided, as per Ed said in the comment, that you cannot put GAC Omicrons on your characters. It has to be TB related.
Here's the better thing about that.
TB or
Ask me when I
TW?
actually care
TB.
about any of my guilds.
Oh.
Oh,
Get
that's
fucked, Ram.
right. I don't.
Yeah.
Love the people in it. I don't do anything for them other than help them out with cam,
Including TW or TB.
donate my stuff. Oh yeah, I don't play TB or TW.
Exactly. Anyway, no, it's gonna be fun. You know, that Qui-Gon Jinn, like Qui-Gon, Zam, and Darth Talon for me are right now my top 3 Omicrons that I would slap it on.
Oh, I'd definitely
Right
slap
away.
Talon. Oh,
Honestly,
Omicron.
Omicron.
Sorry, Omicron.
You're gonna give her the Omicron?
Why
I'm
not?
gonna give her
mean-
the Omicron.
Oh, you're giving her the Omicron?
That's what I'm calling it these days.
Why are you giving her Omicron?
No longer a
What
light
does she do to
switch, it's an
deserve that?
Omicron.
Jeez. Are we doing COVID humor? Is that what we're doing here?
hey.
Right?
CG started it.
They did.
They
I
came
was
up with
talking
this
about the
brilliant idea of
light
calling
switch,
it
not about
Omicron.
COVID. How'd this get sideways?
I think now people will
you want-
finally get the name right.
If you want to slap Talon right, Mort, it's right there, right on your left or right. I'm not sure if you're the other one. Just down,
Up, down,
Lower.
down, just a little bit. Yep, there,
Lower,
nope, down,
lower. There you
lower.
go.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah.
there you go.
yeah.
Demonetized on YouTube right away.
Beautiful. Don't worry, DeCobb. Mort took
Fun
care of
bags are a
it.
little bit up though.
I wasn't
69
rubbing it. I was
viewers,
trying to
just
hide it. I realized it was there.
Perfection.
Bad Mort. Bad Mort.
We got a couple questions in the chat too.
Let's fire him up. Let's go.
Do it.
Eduardo, what is the point of the TW and TB Omicron if the focus is GAC? It makes the GAC ones more important. What are you guys' thoughts?
TW, Omicron. Oh, wait, TW is still important though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only spot for Relic 9 materials.
Yep.
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 TB is for I
That's
think for
easy
new
answer.
players. I think TB is for a lot of guilds that are like very, very, very new. I think TB Omicrons are a great shortcut
Yep.
to GL level
To
power.
boost. Yes.
Yeah.
So
We still
I
to
would
this day
say-
cannot beat a light side Geo all stars. So maybe that changes soon.
yeah, and then
Being
TW,
able
like
to
I said,
Rolo
it's-
lead in TB and be able to platoon your CLS, like Van Seal is getting at.
Yeah.
You get your GL powers and can get away with a lot less.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Who knows? They could. This is my theory, and I hope I'm wrong. But they could come out with another TB that's so hard that you pretty much have to use only Omicron leads.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? But I would say don't count out the TB Omicrons just yet. But yeah, obviously the priority is GAC and TW at the moment.
I also think though that as they pull more and more characters with Omicron abilities, they'll be pulling more possibility of farming Omicron as well. I think right now it's very hard to get, but as we get a lot of characters available to have that ability, we'll be able to farm it or them or Omicrons, whatever, easier.
Well,
or
I mean,
faster.
you look at how Zetas initially when they were launched was
Yep.
extremely hard to get, and now
Yep.
I mean you're getting a full Zeta within a week and a half, 2 weeks.
You're getting more
with all the
Zetas
challenges
than
and whatnot.
Omegas.
Right.
Right? Yeah. No, seriously. So,
Speaking of Omegas,
it's bound to eventually it'll even out, and you'll get a little bit more Omicrons. Maybe some people will even be like me and get double drops and get like 10 Omicrons from Cantina. I'm just saying.
I'm okay with the Omicrons. The Omicrons are just like adding a Zeta to the game. The only difference is that you have to pay more attention to where they're usable. That's the only
And you need
struggle I have
you
with
need
this.
a calculator.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Evo with the addition of Talon, could we move towards using the Sif trio and Tallow under C to help counter Ray?
Ooh. Maybe. But I mean, C beats Ray already, so like, what
to help counter Ray? Yeah, what do you really need her to help counter Ray? You know, she helps revive the leader if the leader dies first. But let's be realistic: if Ray does her ultimate, it's not C that's gonna die; it's Darth Talon.
But I thought they can't be res under C lead.
It's not res under C. I don't think it's a res. I think it's a savior.
Oh.
Is it a res or a savior?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me double check.
It's a savior.
It's a savior
because what happens is, like, if the leader was to die, they instead
if they would
she loses like 50% health and So it's like a savior. All right, so let's see.
Yeah, the first time they would be defeated. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. For Van
it's
Seal,
essentially a savior.
Would.
For Van Seal, what is the most important secondary mod stat for Zam?
Oh, that's a really good question.
What's the primary?
Speed.
Potency.
Speed, definitely.
Speed, because, you know, the faster she is, the faster your whole team is.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a fast character. With this Omicron. Without this Omicron, don't use her ever for anything unless it's a GC. Secondary, that's a tough one because this Omicron kind of like makes her kit kind of like cares what she does. It's all about her Omicron. So like I went potency personally because I'm like, that's just, you know, you want to get those thermals to land and the evasion down to land for, you know, you just want it to land. But I would say if you don't want to do potency,
we like land, guys. We like land.
If you don't do potency, I would say make her just health, make her a little tankier. So speed set for sure with this Omicron, and potency or health, up to you. I would say more potency because that's going to make her kit function a little bit better.
Yeah.
But if you don't do potency, just do health. Just do health, make her tankier, make her...
Do you think it changes between relic and not relic due to her mastery? Do you know where that
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. So one of the counters I see that's very, very obvious, and I don't think is too much of an overkill team, is CLS against boss with a Zam Omicron, because if your Han and Chewie are like super strong and they one-shot Zam right out the gate, you pretty much just killed that Omicron. Yeah. And now you just have a normal boss team.
Yeah.
So I would say
your unique is gone as soon as Zam dies.
Yeah. I would say if you don't have her at relic, definitely go health. Definitely go with the health route. Don't worry about the speed. Just make sure she is taking.
Her Omicron's more important than her potency.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. But I think once you get her to like relic 7, like for the Lord Vader requirements, and you put her under a boss lead or something like that, she can withstand Han and Chewie, because she, you know, boss is going to increase her defense. He's going to increase her protection, and definitely go protection primary on her. Like I said, her stats don't really do anything for her, so just might as well make her as tanky as possible.
Yeah.
But once you get to that relic 7 level, then I would say focus on the speed, because that's just going to benefit your entire team.
Good. And I always like to bring that up too, because people forget there's a difference when they go over to relic levels, how much their kit changes. Go ahead, Ram.
Not sure, is Ram ever going to make a slacker not slow? Get the shit out of here. Halls Cowboy, what's so important about tractors when you got Squad Arena and Galactic War? Thank you.
Love the tone. Love the tone.
I still want the answer question on your SLKR though.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a good question. Look, Ram.
No, it's not. It's not a good question.
It's a good question.
My slacker is fine.
When are you gonna stop sucking?
You heard him. Stop sucking. God damn it, Ram. Get that out of here. I'm going over there. Gotta go. Damn you. We got through 2 hours and 17 minutes without.
Ben Steele,
so close.
I tried it.
I forgot what I was going to say, so it's okay.
Do you think they will make raid Omicrons?
No.
That's a good question. But until they get a new raid in,
I was gonna say anything with the word raid that follows up with a question mark is just a big no.
So right now, the
not sure.
raid is very, very beatable. The heroic Sith raid is so beatable to the point that they're making it simmable at some point in the future.
That's right.
It's
so nice.
just, it's very, very beatable. Crumb has said that they don't really want. They're not expecting to do any more raids in the future, as they take months and months and months to develop a raid and they make interesting mechanics and make it a challenge and make it this, which we solve in less than a week.
Yeah.
So they put a huge investment into a piece of content which ends up just getting stale in no time.
Yeah.
And speaking of Crumb,
yeah,
that guy is that guy's pretty cool. Honestly, like Crumb's
a good dude.
Crumb's good, guys. Like
he's good people.
He's a good guy.
He's good people. They've indicated they're not interested in making any raids or stuff like that because it is a large time investment and resource investment to do with not a whole lot of payout, because we're generally good at.
I mean, honestly, with the amount of GLs we have in the game now, like what kind of raid are we looking at here? Yeah, if we got one, like realistically, like they'd have to make something that's difficult for the top end, but also like the bottom end of the game. Like how do you like this? The power level in this game is just it's out of control.
It's wild.
Yeah. You can't make a raid for everybody. You really can't at this point.
You can make a raid and alleviate GLs. Just exclude GLs from this.
Yeah,
raid.
But then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, I can't use the thing I paid for."
Oh no, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Who cares? Stop getting pissed off about everything.
Yeah.
You could do a ship raid. That's a good question there, Wolfman. Could do a ship raid. Which
could do a ship raid. I could see that.
Who said ship raid? Get that in here. That's what I'm talking about. Keep talking dirty to me.
Not sure. So when do we believe Ewoks will become the newest meta?
When Chief, what's his name?
Chirpa. When his Omicron comes out.
Gets his Omicron.
Nebbit, right?
No. Yes.
Nebbit. God damn it, cat.
Chirpa. Nebbit is
Wolf.
Is a joke.
Wolf.
I know.
Wolf is wearing me out on that one. You guys missed it.
I'm fucking with Mort. Come on.
Yes.
A lot more than Mort too.
Undying Fire. Do you think Bad Batch could handle the Qui-Gon Jinn team?
If they outspeed, like I said, if anything outspeeds the Qui-Gon Jinn team and stays in control, at the end of the day, it's just a Qui-Gon Jinn team. As long as they don't hit you,
and
you're
until
okay.
he dies, and then JKA is on the team, and then he wrecks everybody.
But the thing is, if you kill, let's just say it's a slow ass team. You kill Qui-Gon, they're
Right
going to
to
get
Cobb.
100% health and protection. They're going to get offense, but they're not getting any turn meter or speed. So if you stay in control of the fight,
right,
it's okay. The problem is the second they start hitting you, you're dead.
Right. I'm saying, but unless you have JKA on there, which he's going to take that bonus turn and do his AoE, and then
right. If you have JKA on there, you get some insurance.
You have to have a fear on him, which means DR would be the best counter. But in theory, you could use troopers, you could use Bad Batch for faster, you could use 5 first. I mean, in theory, it just depends on the team comp for that specific team.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Yeah, Jedi Anakin kind of gives you that insurance that he's gonna high five everybody to death, pretty much. So,
Evo, do you think with Qui-Gon Jinn Omni, do you think a low star cam would work well in the team because he won't die until after Qui-Gon Jinn, so his bonuses could benefit that team, assuming you run full Galactic Puppet Jedi. Also, this Omni is allowing you to run JMK, Mace, the 2 Ahsokas, and Padme. It won't let you run 2 Ahsokas. She's not second.
You can't run. I don't think you can run GLs.
Well, okay. So you can run GLs under the Omicron.
They
it's
still
just
get the 30 speed.
All of the Omicron isn't in effect. So you still get the 30 speed. You still get the 30 times offense.
Yes.
You just don't get the Qui-Gon.
You don't get the gas mechanics.
To be
that's not worth it. That's not worth it.
Exactly.
Honestly, that's kind of like how I was talking about how like with bounty hunters, like if you have Boss and Grief on the same team with Zam and put on defense, you're kind of putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't want to put a GL under Qui-Gon Jinn because if they're probably gonna honestly like that you could bait a GL out of there, but if they're gonna kill a GL and your Qui-Gon, it's kind of like that's not good value for you.
I think after rereading this question, it was this Omni is allowing you to run JMK, Mace, the 2 Ahsokas, and Padme, and then run Qui-Gon Jinn with JK, GK, Cam, and GMY, and then move JKR over to JML to help counter JMKs and Lord Vaders. I think that's what the question was eventually getting to. It's just kind of felt like it run on a little bit, so I misunderstood. So I apologize. But I mean, yeah, this team is going to break up teams, but make them better than they already were, which is just insane.
The Galactic Republic team has been in flux ever since JMK got released.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Ever since he stole Ahsoka and GK, and Anakin's been sort of floating, Padme's been sort of floating. You know, it's this whole team has been sort of up in the air for a while now. So if he's going to be some sort of defined Grand Arena role over there with his sort of team, and you can then make a separate team and start parsing things out, then I'll be interested to see how that ends up. But the JMK coming out of the scene has certainly screwed up things for a while now for how Galactic Republic and Jedi ended up getting mixed up over there. I'm certainly not alone in that thought for sure.
Question from Ricky P. When is Wolf going to put his Wolf t-shirt in the merch store?
Fuck you.
Very good
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Very good question.
We got a freaking wise guy over here.
Pyra says, how do you put an Omicron or two? Still don't know why and how it works. Well, it depends on the ability, but if it's like for Qui-Gon, it's over his lead. So you have to put Qui-Gon's Zeta on his lead first, and then it will allow you to put the Omicron. Some of them are over uniques that aren't already Zeta, and so you can just put the Omicron over the Zeta.
But like Zetas, you need 20 Omicrons.
It seems like with the rework characters, they're putting the Omicrons behind the Zetas, and then the new characters are
right. But like Nebbit doesn't have a Zeta.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So there's some characters that don't have Zetas, and they're putting those Omicrons just basically under their lead or the best place.
Right.
And then the new characters, it seems like they're placing it under a unique or something like that. That way you have to like invest in 2 separate abilities. And then you have characters like Boba where it's like he's got 3 Omicrons but 1 Zeta, but there is an Omicron behind his Zeta.
Yeah. Right. And some of them are not released yet. Such as Qui-Gon and Zam, right?
If you look at
Qui-Gon and Zam are not in the game. They are
they're announced, not released.
I was like, what have we been talking about? What?
Released.
They're not in game. They're not in game yet, but yes.
So who are we missing? Let me go back to the road ahead and see who we're missing.
It's Hera, IPD, and Sidious, I believe.
I thought there was one more.
Oh, and the Ewok one for Chief. What's his name?
Chirpa.
Yeah, make it not sure. Wait.
So Chirpa.
Give 2 shits about that one.
I'm not sure that cares about that.
Sidious. So we have all the other ones. So I mean, in theory, right, with the cadence that they've been doing currently, it's been like every week, every other week. There's a possibility we might have all 4 of these characters
as GC starts.
Yeah, by the time GC starts.
Well, I'm really crossing my fingers for IPD and Sidious, and I'm hoping Sidious does. I mean, Talons is really good for GSC and the Triumvirate specifically, but I'm really crossing my fingers that Sidious does something to Sith Eternal.
See, that's the thing. Talon's a new character. Talon is somebody that nobody has geared up, and if you want to use her for this GSC lock-in, you need to wail your ass off to actually get her up to a useful level. She may be useful at 3-star, 4-star, gear 11. I don't know. Her uniques may be enough to pull her through and actually give her some viability over there.
Yeah.
But it may be that she needs to actually be 7 stars and relic to really, really shine and really have her best bet over there.
Right.
So we'll see how that plays out. But all the other GSC Omicrons, we'll have to see how that ends up working out over there.
I think somebody misspoke and said Nebbit when they meant Sherpa, the real FN.
Yep. Sherpa is the Ewoks. Nebbit is the Jawas, which by the way, Jawas looks So much fun.
Both of the Chiefs. I know it's breaking my heart that it's a TW Omicron because I wanted it for Gax so bad. So bad. I would have done it before Qui-Gon.
Fire says, why didn't Ram Bam promote Mace for all the Omicrons? Reason why. All right, I was asked this question.
Oh God! Here's the squeak. Did you hear the squeak in his voice?
It was actually a good question. Why does Mace not have an Omicron?
Sucks.
And why?
I don't want to hear this answer again.
Here's the reason why is I was on the Grizzly session with Heinze and Crumb popped in, and during that, Heinze asked the question, and Crumb was like, why do you not want him to have an Omicron? The reason why is because he is such an outdated character, and he is so far removed from where he should be from his power level that an Omicron will not do him justice. A lot of these characters, they already have
Are we there yet?
They already have usability. They already have teams. Wow, Mort. They already have teams and whatnot already set up. The problem is with him, he doesn't really have that kind of usability and that viability that you get from a lot of people. So an Omicron would not do him justice. He needs to have a full-on rework. And I told Crumb specifically that. So, maybe he's listening. Probably not. There it is. I hate all you guys.
I'm not sure what's going on right now.
I love it.
I hate all of you guys. I'm going to rage quit right now.
Who asked the question?
I don't know what you're talking about. Wow.
Was there a question?
That so needs to be clipped. Oh God.
What was the question? Hold on.
Keep going, Arsenal says. Oh, don't cry, Ram. It's all love. What's up, Dirty Bomber? The sound effects are turned off right now. Oh no, that's awesome.
Wow.
All right, this has been running for 230 minutes, guys. I'm actually going to turn off this and call this the end for the YouTube channel, but we can keep going if you guys want. Up to you. But in the meantime, love you guys. I have something to say that we'll never get right. Van Seal will probably do it better than you guys because you guys suck at it. I suck at it, but you know how it goes. On 3, 1, 2, 3. We are one battalion strong. We're getting closer. Van Seal chopped it up.
We made some effort.
Peace, guys.